Hello and welcome in for this Sunday matinee game between the visiting Danville Dashers and your Port Huron Prowlers right here on EBW TV. I'm Brady Beaton, joined by Jeremy Skiba, first time this weekend. Jeremy, you feeling better?
Yeah, I had a bit of a stomach bug, and then I woke up this morning with a cold, but I'm good enough to be back. Yeah, I do. Overall, I do feel better. But
just toughing it out.
Yeah.
And what a game to tough it out for. The Danville Dashers coming into town. Going to be a big one come playoff time. Port Huron's trying to pull away, and if they can win this game, get 3 points, you might start to shift your focus a little bit to maybe catching Carolina at 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely a matchup. If you're a Prowlers fan or a Dashers fan, you don't want to miss. I mean, this is probably going to be a potential first-round matchup, and Prowlers currently just 20 points behind the Carolina Thunderbirds. So, yeah, absolutely, Brady, this is a great time to try and pull away from Danville and catch up to Carolina.
Well, you win this game. Let's say you win in regulation. That puts you down to 17. Mm-hmm. You played Carolina straight up 5 times.
Yep.
That gives you an opportunity. Obviously, sweeping the first-place team in the league is not easy.
No.
But the only teams Carolina plays down the stretch, Columbus, who has been getting better, Danville, who beat them last night, and Port Huron. They don't have any easy games the rest of the way. Port Huron has a few more games against Menor. They get to play Carolina, so there's a chance to catch them there. They have another game or two with Battle Creek. Port Huron can at least, you can't look all the way ahead, but you can at least kind of corner your eye. Hey, we take care of business tonight. Get ready for next weekend. We might be able to challenge for the division.
Yeah, it's going to be a race to the finish. There's no doubt about it. Port Huron also has to play a few tricky teams in there, like Watertown and Danbury.
Yep.
But hey, those games, if you win them, they only make this team better.
Yes.
It makes them more of a threat come playoff time. So, it's definitely going to be an interesting race from here all the way until April.
It is, and Danville, both teams playing their third game in 3 nights. Got to think that wears a little bit. Danville had to play an overtime shootout game, which they took down the Carolina Thunderbirds, had to get on the bus and travel immediately to Port Huron. We saw this last week. Elmira came from Danville, came in and took it to the Prowlers, where you think that will happen again?
It's tough to say. I do think overall maybe Elmira had more of Port Huron's number than we would have expected, but, it'll be interesting to see. Especially Friday night, Danville loses 8-1, and then last night it's just such a close game that it goes to a shootout. So it'll be interesting. They did get here around 1 o'clock. I did see them come in. So, we'll see what happens in warm-up. Warm-ups didn't look too intense or anything for Danville. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Depending on how this game goes, it could be a common reoccurrence, as there will be a few more Sunday games here at McMorran.
Yeah, I know you got one with Danbury down the stretch. You have one with Carolina.
Yep.
But last week, maybe they learned from their mistakes. Port Huron did not have an easy game last night either. They had to gut out a 4-3 victory. Menor would not quit, and they scored a goal in the last minute to make it interesting. They couldn't quite tie it, but Port Huron didn't get to rest the legs in the third period last night.
Yeah, not at all. And they also had, I believe, 2 goals taken away from them.
Yes, 2 goals.
And Bobby Sokol, if I remember correctly.
Yep, one was a high stick, and they said the net was off for the other one.
Yeah, so, it could have been a little, if those goals counted, not as close, and you could have rested a little bit. But yeah, both these teams played hard-fought games last night, and just to see what will come tonight, it's going to be interesting to see if we get another slow game in the beginning, like against Elmira, or who knows, maybe they'll come out flying. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, Port Huron, again, they didn't have to travel. They got to sleep in their own beds. That's a big plus for them. So, Jeremy, as we are getting close to the starting lineups, who is starting for the Danville Dashers this Sunday afternoon?
I currently do not
have it. Okay, hold on. I got to send it to me. I thought you got the text too. I apologize for that. Here you go.
Oh, there you go. All right. So starting in net is number 29, Harley White. The forwards will be number 77, Artem Efemo Barakov. On the right wing, Tyler Quintos. And the center will be Jesse Nair. On defense, Alex Palmerville and Seth Enser.
And for Port Huron tonight,
Blake Scott gets the nod start in net. The second line of Justin Portillo, Dalton J, and Zach Zolkanich starts, and Brian Parsons and Brandon Contrato will start on defense.
Tell you, Blake Scott played really well on Friday night, has a game off to rest his legs, but one line that I thought played exceptionally well last night, Matt Graham, Austin Federley, those two were on the same wavelength yesterday.
Yeah, that line has been playing together over the last few games, and yeah, they're really coming together, and it's definitely a top line that, as Prowler fans, you gotta love to see, and they have been effective. And going forward, you hope that line can stay together.
Yeah, and you had some contributions from the defense last night. Larry Vartianen put in might have been the goal of the year for the Prowlers.
Yeah.
Just so smooth, goes backhand, top shelf. If he can start get it going, Dalton Young scored last night. You got a lot of firepower on the Prowlers now, both offensively and back on the blue line.
Yeah, and it's the perfect time for everything to start coming together about a month before playoffs start. I mean, earlier in the year, it seemed like most of the forwards were doing a lot of the work in terms of scoring, but now you're getting a lot of defensive contributions, and guys like Larry Vartianen are starting to step up that in the beginning of the year were maybe more so playmakers and getting apples.
Yeah, and then you had guys like Matt Stoya who get called up. He was probably their highest output of scoring on the blue line, so someone has to take that role, and it looks like Vartianen's doing a good job of stepping up in that role.
Yeah, absolutely, and then you got to also think in terms of injuries as well. They don't have Paul Arnott, who's dealing with a shoulder problem, and in my opinion, that's most unfortunate. Arnott, a great-sized defenseman, probably their most successful two-way defenseman that can help offensively and defensively, and he's another body that you want to hope maybe is back in time before playoffs.
Well, and then you have the new additions have been really stepping up. Bobby Sokol and Mike Moroso, they came in together here. They have been playing unreal. Mike Moroso's just been scoring in basically any game he plays in. And then even the guys they acquired in the trade, Sage Citrone, you have Brandon Contrado, and even Austin Weber's been playing well for them this past weekend. They're putting up points. They've been looking good. Joe Pace has been making some solid moves.
Yeah, Citrone is a guy who they got, I believe it was on Thursday.
Yep.
And he'd only played 3 games in this league beforehand, and over the weekend, I believe he has 2 or 3 assists already. So, I mean, he's making a great impact as well. And you don't see it as much. He's not finding the back of the net, but, hey, time will come, and I'm sure he will soon.
Yeah, and, talk about the Prowlers a little more. You got Zach Zolkanich coming out to the ice right now. They've all been playing really well. They played hard. They were playing really well defensively in their own zone, and that's kind of what was springing the attack. Menor couldn't cycle it through too often. In the third period, they started to a little more when they had some more time on the power play. But the Prowlers' defense has been solid this whole weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and, you want it to be solid. I mean, this is a high-scoring league, and the Prowlers are doing their best currently to cut down the scoring against them.
Yeah, and I mentioned the acquisitions. Let's not knock Blake Scott. Kind of a guy brought in for hey, everyone's hurt or called up right now. We need someone. They sign him, and he has been very solid. Has not lost a game in net for the Prowlers. We hope to see that continue today. He has been actually one of their better goaltenders over the past few weeks. And for these guys that you're signing kind of off the street because you don't get to call anyone up, it's gone very well. And we'll be right back here with Puck Drop after the national anthem right here on EBW TV. As we get ready here for puck drop here on this Sunday afternoon between the visiting Danville Dashers and your Port Huron Prowlers. The Danvilles in their road whites, Prowlers in their alternate home red uniforms. Again, one of my personal favorites. You got guys like Zach Zolkanich, Dalton Jay, Justin Portillo, Brandon Contrato, Brian Parsons all starting. And in between the pipes is Blake Scott.
And Brady, you made a point that Blake Scott is undefeated with the Prowlers. He's undefeated all year, had 3 wins in Watertown as well.
He did. It is. So he's been kind of a quiet contribution. You didn't really think that would be a big signing. Usually when you sign a goalie like that, it's more to patchwork, put a Band-Aid over it, wait till they get back. He's earned a spot now. The Prowlers have 3 solid goalies they can go to on any night. That's a good problem for Joe Pace to have.
I was just about to say, it's a great problem for Coach Joe Pace to have. And hey, it gives them a lot of options, especially when you have 3-game weekends like this.
Exactly. As Zach Zolkanich wins the draw, it goes back to Brian Parsons. And we are off here in Port Huron for this afternoon game between the Dashers and the Prowlers. Deep in the zone is Justin Portillo over the hash marks. Back to Contrato. Contrato shoots. It's patted away by, that is White. Gordichuk not starting for the Dashers in net. A little surprising as Gordichuk was successful in net last night for the Dashers in the win over the first place Thunderbirds. That was a kind of a confusing choice to me as White struggled mightily on Friday to the tune of 8 goals, and he's back in net tonight. So something that we don't know must be going on there as White is in net tonight.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if White had actually seen action against the Prowlers this season, maybe in a relief appearance back in Danville, back in December maybe when I was there. Not too sure, but it'll be interesting how he fares against here at McMorran Arena.
Right now, as you have Athens taking over the line, shot there blocked by Joe Pace. And, you can't mention the Dashers without mentioning Fred Hine, who just seems to be a Prowler killer as the puck tries to get up to Federle, but it's cut off there by the Danville defenseman. I believe that is that Stupnikov in 68?
I think maybe Hallgood.
Hallgood?
Is it Hallgood?
They have him listed as 44 here, but these aren't always 100% accurate.
I remember all season long between Hallgood and Hoglin. It might be Hoglin.
It is Hallgood.
Hallgood. Okay, yeah.
But Fred Hine, the 2 games the Prowlers have lost to Danville has been 3-2 efforts as Sokol takes it into the neutral zone. There have been 3-2 efforts as Federle has in the right wing circle. He's trying to make an attempt. He throws it on net. It's back behind the net now. But on those efforts, Fred Hine has scored all 6 goals that the Prowlers have given up in the 2 games they have lost. Fred Hine has been a bona fide Prowler killer this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's pretty, as you mentioned, Brady, he's the sole reason why the Prowlers have lost at least 2 games against the Dashers. And I remember he also had a goal in one of the, I believe it was
the overtime game?
Yeah. When the Prowlers won 4-3 in Danville. Nonetheless, the Prowlers able to take that one away.
Puck comes back into the Dashers zone as the Prowlers will get a line change there. Armstrong tries to get it up there. He will. Now across the boards, the Dashers flip it in the zone. It's caught by Scott along his chest, and we will get another whistle. 18-17 here to go in the first period. Prowlers and Dashers are scoreless.
Definitely got to say, at least so far, I mean, less than 2 minutes into the game, not as much as a feel-it-out sort of situation as it was last Sunday against Elmira.
No, they're flying up and down the ice here early.
Absolutely. And I think that's Contrato taking the draw. First game that I'm back in the booth for since the trade.
Contrato's played well. He's been back on the blue line, but he is a very offensive defenseman. It's almost like having a 4th forward out on the ice. Sportillo's racing the puck. He'll pick it up. Left wing circle, he has it. Whiffs on a pass there. Goes behind the net. Contrato leaves it. Gets knocked to the ice. Going around a man there. Shot from in close. It's saved by White. That was Sage Citrone, who has been, honestly, as a guy who doesn't have a lot in his hockey history, has played very well this weekend for the Prowlers.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the pregame show, he did have has a few assists on the weekend. It's pretty much a pleasant surprise for the Prowlers.
Hogan and Citrone tie up there in the right wing circle. It's picked up. Now Contrato takes it. Over the blue line he goes. Slap shot there. Gets deflected by, who was that? It was Gullo out in front. And it trickles over to White, and he will pat it away. Now controlling it. The Dashers. Murray has it in the neutral zone. Takes it up and over the line. Along the hash marks he goes. Rattles it around the boards, but it'll take a weird bounce off the Zamboni doors, and that almost proved fatal for the Prowlers. Now a shot there. No, he decides better of it. It was Murray. And a slashing attempt from Hallgood gets it in deep. Fighting for it around the circle, it's Young and it is Barakov. Young trying to stick handle with it. Barakov ends up with the puck. He banks it off the boards. Trying to get it back. Hallgood tries to throw it on net. Solkanich gets pushed into the crease. Blake Scott does a good job hugging the post. Puck still loose. Little chaos here earlier as Hallgood passes on a shot, gets it to Nair. Back to Hallgood, he shoots it, it goes wide of the net, bounces to the other side of Scott.
Yeah, and they're all over the ice right now. Went from one side to the other, get that puck. Well, turn over here. Here come the Prowlers, at least. They'll dump it in.
Taking it up, that was, I believe that in the new uniforms, that might be Easterbrook. He was wearing number 4 last night. That's what he's listed as. That was number 18. Oh, no, that's Weber, excuse me. Get a whistle here. 6:18 here to go in the first period. Shots are 4-1 in favor of your Prowlers. Taking the draw for Danville is Atkins. He'll take it against Matt Graham. Fred Hine out there, both 19 on 19, Federley and Hine next to each other. As Hine gets it in the zone, but it will be offsides. We'll have another whistle. 16-14 here to go in the first period.
The Prowlers also now playing with Mike Moroso and Jonathan Giuliano in the lineup. Two good depth guys that they love to have out there, and also playing with 5 defensemen tonight.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Sometimes guys have to get to their other Monday through Friday jobs to get back. But Moroso had been solid this weekend. He definitely put in work. Sogel passes out in front to Graham. Graham's shot goes wide of the net. Puck flips up into the Danville bench. We will get a whistle just under 16 minutes here to go. Shots are still 4-1. Graham will take the draw. He gets it back. Federley picks it up. Goes across there. Easterbrook will ring it around the boards. Going in is Graham along the hash marks. It's thrown out there by Atkins. Puck now in the neutral zone, chipped along by Brawson. Brawson, the Dashers' all-time leading scorer. No icing there. I believe he's still in the top 5 in Federal League history. Graham tried to split a pair of defensemen and was not able to as White passes it up. Up and over the line is shot there, that was Atkins. Puck still loose, patted away by Scott. Behind the net it is. Graham eventually picks it up, trying to get it up and out of the zone. Citrone can't quite get his stick on it. He eventually recovers a rink-wide pass to Portillo. Portillo shot there, saved by White, and we will have a whistle. 15:07 here to go in the first period. 0-0 is the score.
Early on in this game, Blake Scott making a few big saves with some scrambles in front of him, and after the save, puck goes back behind the net, and the Prowlers started to break out there. Portillo had a chance. Engel wasn't there completely for him to get a nice shot off right-handed from the right side.
So with no Moroso or Giuliano, that's why you see Contrado moving up to the forward spot today, as now it is the Dashers taking it in the zone. A pass there is cut off by Contrado. Now along the half wall, Portillo tries to chip it out, but it's kept in there. That was Palmerville. Shot there, saved by Scott.
That one deflected. He got all of the shot, but it deflected up on him after the save as well.
Portillo gets it up to his teammate. That was Contrado. Puck's now loose in the neutral zone. Taking it in where the Dashers now going the other way is Brandon Contrado. Contrado throws it behind the net, banks it, almost similar to what we saw last night when Dalton Young scored, banking it off the backboards and hitting it off of Franklin McClendon's pad and getting it into the net off the bank shot. There, White will cover it up. We have a whistle and a line change. Solkanich, Weber, Jay out there for the Prowlers. On defense, you have Vartiainen and Young. Draws one, goes back to Dalton Young, but he can't quite get his stick out there. He'll chase after it. Young picks it up in his own zone. Back to Vartiainen. Vartiainen. Hard pass up there to Jay. He can't quite corral it in, as Scott will let it ring around, go to Vartiainen. Vartiainen over to Weber. Weber trying to make a couple moves. Gets it up to Young. Young, long pass to Jay. He does a good job knocking it down and getting it on a stick. Behind the net is Dalton Jay. Right wing circle. He tries to throw it back to Weber. Zolkanich will pick it up into the corner. Leaves it for Jay. Jay back to Zolkanich. No. Young along the blue line. Back to Jay. Left wing circle. Shot goes way wide of the net. Young will go there and pick it up. 13:40 here to go in the first period. Puck picked up there. That was Turner. Now gets it up to Atkins. Atkins trying to go around Federley. Shot there. Saved by Scott. Atkins still fighting for it in the corner. Hine turns it over. Oh, Dalton Jay going another way over the red line. Loses it before he can cross the blue. Hine in his own zone will pick it up. Goes the other way, but Matt Graham knocks him off. Pass over to Federley. Federley just gets it poked away before he can get a shot on net. Matt Graham chasing after it. He's been doing a good job at keeping the puck in the zone as it goes to the stick of Brian Parsons. In the zone now is Sokol. Sokol in the corner. Gullo gets knocked to the ground by Federley. Federley chasing after it. Shoots there, he scores! Austin Federley picks the corner and puts the Prowlers up 1-0 here early in the first period.
What a shot by Austin Federley. It's kind of Jared Pfeiffer reminiscent a little bit there. Low angle shot. I mean,
he went far side on the wraparound. Now, the Prowlers have been very passive on the wraparounds, and I think Austin Federley switched up the scouting report on him. What a beautiful goal. 1-0 Port Huron leads.
Yeah, I mean, a terrific shot there. He just gets it in, stick side on White. Right over the shoulder. Beautiful shot there by Austin Federley.
That's just individual effort from Austin Federley making his own luck there. As now Murray's trying to tie it up. Leaves it for Barakov. Barakov behind the line, pass out in front, but it goes to the stick of Matt Graham, and he'll pass it to no one, and it'll slide all the way down past the goal line. We will get an icing call. 12:33 to go.
And if you're the Prowlers, usually when they play the Dashers, at least this season, they're usually close games, so this is something you want to strike first.
Well, and you know what caused that goal? The reason that goal happened was Austin Federley getting dirty in the corner. He knocks Nick Gullo off the puck, picks it up, turns around and just fires it on net, and he scores. That starts with him throwing the body around.
Yeah, absolutely. Federley, despite his size, standing at 5'6", I mean, he loves to throw that body around, and he'll hit anyone.
It helps when you do have Nick Gullo, who's about the same size as Federley. A little less daunting, but you're right. I've seen Federley throw guys that tower over him. He throws the body around. He does not care. White behind the net, touches it up. Pass goes over to Barakov. Barakov now throws it up to Quintos. Quintos, right wing circle, it's blocked by Parsons. Contrado now behind his own net, turns it over. Shot there, it's loose by the crease. Justin Portillo ends up with it. He'll flip it softly out of the zone. It'll be picked up in the neutral zone by the Dashers, and now Murray has it. Pace in his own zone. Pace should have some fresh legs. He had a night off. The league gave him a rest day yesterday. As Portillo takes it along the hash marks, passes to Parsons, he keeps it in. Good effort there, but he immediately turns it over to Brawson. Brawson over the red line. Now the blue makes a move. Vartiainen pokes it away. Good job from him defensively.
A nice defensive play there by Vartiainen, getting right up on the big man, Justin Brawson, and checking that puck away.
11:25 here to go in the first period. Prowlers up 1-0 thanks to Austin Federley. Weber now takes it in the corner. He'll soccer it to himself. Contrado takes it. Gets it up to Portillo. Portillo will take it into the zone. Keeping control of it. Tries to pass it to Weber. A little too much steam on that pass. Right back to Weber. And Zolkanich is trying to clean up the mess. He will. From a low angle he shoots and it's sticked away. You know, with both Giuliano and Moroso out of the lineup tonight, Austin Weber's going to get more ice time, and he has a chance to show what he can do. Another new acquisition for the Prowlers.
Yeah, he played 12 games with Battle Creek.
Zolkanich takes a shot similar to Austin Federley, but this time White makes a save. We have a whistle, 10:42 to go.
Yeah, there's a reason why I paused there for a second, Brady, as I saw Zolkanich do that wraparound. But yeah, Weber played 12 games with Battle Creek, only had an assist. Didn't have a lot of playing time with the Rumblebees regarding that situation down in Battle Creek.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I think out of all the games this weekend, this is going to be one he's going to see the most playing time in.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's definitely has to adapt. As Federley takes a shot there, gets sticked away. Picked up there, Murray. Back to Gullo. But Matt Graham does a good job. Play's been in the Dasher zone, and the pass out in front to Federley doesn't quite find the stick. Dasher's going the other way over the blue line. Trying to get up to Gullo. Gullo shoots. It goes way wide and high of the net. Young has it. He scored last night. Marysville native. Hallgood has it on his stick. Gets it up to Armstrong. Armstrong in the neutral zone will throw it back to Hallgood. Hallgood battles the linesman for it. 10:05 here to go in the first period. They'll chip it in deep. Will not be icing. Young picks it up. Shot 7-6 in favor of your Prowlers. In the zone, Easterbrook. Tries to get it up to Weber. Barakov got a stick on it. Now Easterbrook banks it up to Jay, who shovels it over to Zolkanich. Zolkanich, right wing circle, pass out in front. It's a little loose, and White finally covers it up and knocks Weber to the ground as he does so. Weber crashing it, ran into White. Hopes that Harley White's okay. He'll have the media timeout to kind of recover. Weber was flying in, trying to get a loose puck outside the crease. White doing a good job of covering the puck up. The two collided. Looks like White was just shaken up momentarily.
Yeah, he's grabbing his stick. It looks like he'll be fine. Didn't seem like too hard of a crash
No,
there.
just probably wasn't expecting it. It still doesn't hurt when it doesn't feel good when someone skates full speed into you. Well, at our media timeout, we are going to tell you that Austin Federley put the Prowlers up 1-0 with a beautiful wraparound shot. He goes on the far corner, beats Harley White stick side, and they have an early lead, something they did not have when they played Elmira last weekend.
No, not at all, Brady. I mean, it's very important here on this Sunday. It seemed we had the lead last Sunday. Whenever it was, they automatically the other team would come back. The other team would score again.
Yes.
I mean, very important here, especially in this matchup against Danville, how close these two teams are and how close every game has been against these two teams this season.
Yes, it seems like neither team has been able to skate comfortably in the third period. It's always come down to that final shift or two, that last call, that last shot attempt. So Prowlers have had a tough rivalry with this Danville team. They've met multiple times in the playoffs before, most recently in 2018, where they took down Danville. But it took two hard-fought games, one in overtime in Danville for that series. And if things stay true to the standings now, they'll meet again in this playoff. So Kansas will take the right wing draw. Dalton J will fight for it on the boards, but it's picked up by Barakov. Barakov now trying to get it out. Vartiainen fighting for the puck. Dalton J will allow Vartiainen to pick it up in the neutral zone. 9:25 here to go. Pace with a nice hard pass to Dalton J. Tries to go around a dasher. Puck goes back to Vartiainen. Vartiainen throws it on net. Tip there. So Kanich almost had a nice tip in goal. A good redirection of that puck, but it just found a stick of a dasher defender. Big hit by Larry Vartiainen. He's throwing the body around a little bit. He knocked down Barakov to the ice. Weber flips it up to Zolkanich. Zolkanich kicks it over to Jay. Jay can't quite keep it on his stick, and he'll turn it over. Barakov dumps it in deep as Scott sticks it behind and allow Dalton Young to pick it up. Young tries to get it over to Citrone, and now Pace has it. Pace banking it over to Contrado. Contrado sticking it in deep. Contrado pinning him against the boards. That's Murray. Pass getting up to Brawson. Brawson. Over across to Hine. Hine been quiet here through the first 12 minutes or so. Hallgood has it out in front of the net. Passes it back to Hine. Hine loses the puck. Good job, Brian Parsons there. Portillo trying to get behind the defense. He might have a shot there, but no, it's sticked away by Harley White. He's coming out aggressively out of the net, and he'll stick the puck away. Parsons throws it on net, but it's deflected by Brawson before it can find White. Portillo passed it to a White jersey there. Going around there. That's Atkins. Turned it over. Young up to Portillo. Portillo can't quite get there. He was at the end of the shift. He'll come off. The Prowlers will get some fresh legs out there. Shot there saved by Scott, and will go up into the net. We'll have a whistle at 7:37 to go in the first period. Your Prowlers are up 1-0. Matt Graham will take the draw. It is won by the Dashers. But Brian Parsons eventually comes away with it. He banks it back behind the boards. Easterbrook chasing after it. Now Federley grabs it, throws it to himself. Graham taking it up and over the blue line, leaves it there. Sokol spinning around back to Parsons. Parsons with a slap shot there, saved by White. Over to Federley. Federley back to Parsons. Parsons stick handling, tries to bank it off the back of the net. It's loose out in front, but the net just came off the mooring. 7:07 here to go. You know, you saw Larry Vartiainen with an assist like that on Friday night. Parsons trying his hand on it, and it almost worked. The puck was loose, generated a great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, that net had not been off. I mean, yeah, scoring opportunities would have continued for the Prowlers there. I didn't see that net come off originally. I saw Sokol come around the end with the puck, and I was surprised at first why the play was blown dead.
Puck in the corner now. Sokol prevents the puck from going back around the net. Federley now close out in front. He has an opportunity. White finally shoots. He scores. Top shelf. Austin Federley. 2-0 Prowlers lead. Austin Federley stays hot. His second of the night. Second of the period. Prowlers 2-0 lead over the Dashers with 6:52 to go in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, what a weekend so far for Austin Federley. 2 goals already in the first period. Hat trick the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great individual effort by Federley there, getting his own rebound and just drawing White out of the net, then roofing it through a little bit of traffic.
Austin Federley might be the hottest forward in the Fed right now. He has been scoring at an alarming rate. And it's been a great story. You know, when he first came here, he didn't play too much. He'd fill in on nights like today where they were missing players. A few years ago, it's turned over. Puck goes down to the corner with Brawson. He'll throw it out in front of the net. But Austin Federley, at first he was almost like red-shirted for a year or two is the way I describe it. And he found his role. Last year he started playing with a little more confidence, got consistent ice time as the puck's poked away there in the Prowlers zone. Enser has it along the boards. But now this year, he is really blossoming. He is becoming a top forward for the Prowlers and in the Federal Hockey League. And if he keeps scoring at this rate, the Prowlers are going to be winning a lot of hockey games.
Yeah, Federley has also already eclipsed his point total from last year at 28 points last year. I mean, yeah, he's having a terrific year, and whether he's playing a depth role or on the first line, he's contributing, and it's been a big help for the Prowlers all
Shot
season.
there, saved by Blake Scott. Puck on the back of the net. Now in the corner, Gullo has it. Over to Enser. Enser throws it on net, but it goes wide. Dalton Jay chasing after it. So Kanich, back to Young. Young, slap shot there, goes over the net. Wow, what a shot that was. That had a lot of steam behind it, but Dalton Jay shoots. Gets saved by White. Dalton Young with an absolute howitzer. He has another opportunity here. Shot there, and it gets deflected. I might think twice before getting in front of a shot from Dalton Young. Dalton Young passes it across. He gets it again. Holding the puck while they get some new bodies out there. Him and Pace on defense. Contrado comes for the Prowlers. Portillo pinning a dasher to the board. Little friendly fire there. Puck at neutralized, that's Barakov. Over to Nair, but Nair turns it over to Federley. Federley up to Portillo. Around the boards it goes. Quintos. Quintos taking it into the zone himself. He loses the puck though, no call there as he goes down. Federley along the boards. Federley gets up to Portillo. Portillo hurries, they have a 2-on-1 with Contrado. Over to Contrado. Contrado, oh, he falls down. He drops to a knee. He was trying to time up the slap shot. He just couldn't. 4:44 here to go in the first period. 2-0 Prowlers. Contrado had a great opportunity to make it 3-0.
Yeah, White didn't even get all of that puck right there. It was still under his glove. It wasn't pinned totally to the ground. Portillo trying to dig for it afterwards, but ref blew the whistle after White had fully eclipsed that puck. But fun fact about Austin Federley, the last 2 games that he scored a goal in, he's recorded a hat trick in each one, excluding tonight.
Well, he's already 2/3 of the way there as he gets knocked off the puck. Parsons is throwing the body around a little bit as Quintos takes it into the Prowler zone. He dumps it in deep. Vartiainen will chase after it. He'll get there first. Throws it around the boards. Graham will be there to receive it. Graham over to Sokol. I did hear a whistle. Oh, we got a penalty upcoming. Quintos is going to the box. So if the Prowlers up 2-0, they're going to get 2 minutes of power play time to try to make it 3-0. In the right wing circles where they'll take this ensuing draw. Goes into the corner there. Portillo pins him to the boards. But Atkins dumps it deep into the zone. They'll get an early clearing attempt. Parsons gets knocked to the boards. Enser there. Gullo there for the Dashers. Trying to throw some offense in there is Danville. Prowlers playing very aggressive as Sokol knocks the Dasher off the puck. Vartiainen behind his own net. Shots 14-8 in favor of Port Huron. 30 seconds have gone off the clock for the man advantage. Parsons into the zone. Taking his time. Pass across to Vartiainen. Vartiainen has it. Has some time to work. Now it's cut off, excuse me. Vartiainen falls down to the ice. He just lost his balance. There's Atkins over the blue line. Parsons challenging. Atkins into the corner. Federley picks it up. 1:06 left to go in the power play. Prowlers have yet to record a shot. Offsides call there. 59 seconds left to go in the Prowlers man advantage. 3:22 in the first period.
Yeah, and looking at that first power play unit, I mean, a little bit interesting of Austin Federley, Bobby Sokol, and Justin Portillo. Not sure if that's been used over the weekend already, but a lot different than compared to last weekend at least.
Yeah, they've been experimenting a little bit with the power play units, and got to again with Moroso and Giuliano out there. Moroso, a big contributor on the power play as Young has it, throws it right back to Jay. The Dalton connection will hit. Over to Young. Young over to Jay. Jay back behind the net. Shot there from no angle. Knocks the net off the moorings, and we'll get a whistle. Prowlers will have 35 more seconds of 5-on-4 hockey. Zach Zolkanich out there along with Matt Graham, Dalton Jay. That's Contrado and Young. Graham not taking the faceoff here. Zach Zolkanich will. As it goes over to Contrado. Contrado's pass goes back behind the blue line. They'll have to reset for a moment.
Yeah, Contrado's a little bit of a rush pass there with pressure coming. Dalton Young does a great job of resetting.
Turnover from Zach Zolkanich goes to Fred Hine. He has it in the neutral zone. He'll throw it back to Enser. They just have 17 more seconds to kill before the Dashers return to full strength. Slap shot goes all the way down. Be cut off by Scott. They have 10 seconds left to get a rush going with an advantage. Contrado nearly turns it over. Dalton Young has it. Gets it up to Jay. They'll have a short opportunity. Dalton Jay, right wing circle. Loses the puck for a second, but he regains it. Back to Young. It's 5-on-5 hockey again. Quintos is now out of the box. Jay, back to Graham. Graham tries to pass on first. Tried a shot from behind the net. Went a little wide. And they'll dump it in deep. Contrado did not touch it, so it will be icing. 2:05 here to go. And an offensive zone draw coming up for the Port Huron Prowlers.
And if Dalton Young right there gets all of that shot, he's finding the back of the net there. Great stick lift by the Dasher. Didn't catch the number on the jersey there, but great defensive play.
Face off to the right of White as Federley wins it. Sokol has a chance out close, shoots, and it's sticked away. 2 minutes left to go in the period. Portillo has it. A lot of the period being played in the Dashers' end. Prowlers with a lot of sustained pressure. Ensor in the corner now. He's behind. Wraparound attempt there from Federley. He was trying for three and it won't go. White doing a little maintenance of his own, putting the net back on the moorings. Easterbrook over the red line. He'll take it over the blue. Leaves it for Portillo. Portillo throws it on net. It's patted away. Buck 34 here to go in the first period. Prowlers up 2-0. Both goals courtesy of Austin Federley. Parsons gets it into the neutral zone. Avoids a sticking attempt from a dasher. Parsons tries to split a couple defenders. It won't happen. Turns around, throws it along the boards. Dalton J has it. Behind the net now. Turns around. Pass on front is okay. Now Parsons has it. A little time and space to move, and he won't be able to get it on net. 1:05 here to go in the period. And Brawson just kind of knocks down Weber, who tried to body him up. Last minute of play in the period. Shots now 17-9 in favor of Port Huron. Backhanded attempt there from Weber, just barely gets it to the net. They'll get a line change. Hine gets it up to his teammate. That there is Barakov. Pass to the neutral zone of Barakov. He sticks it, but it goes right to Vartiainen. Vartiainen up to Federley. Gets it in the corner. Graham has it. There's fighting for it at least. Coming in there to help is Sokol. 13 seconds left to go in the period. Down to 10. 6 seconds left to go. Prowlers need to get a quick shot off. Federley trying to throw it on net. He won't. He'll go behind it. And with 1 second, now the buzzer will sound. Well, it should sound. There we go. Buzzer must have been turned off. I don't know why. But in any case, after 20 minutes of play, your Prowlers doubling the shots of the Danville Dashers. And that results in a 2-0 lead for the Port Huron Prowlers. Austin Federley with both goals. So, when we come back after these messages, stick here on EBW TV. We will have second period action ready to go for you as your Port Huron Prowlers take on the Danville Dashers.
For those of you ready to rock, we have a show for you. 21 Gun Salute, an explosive tribute to AC/DC, is taking over the McMorran stage on Saturday, February 29th. Undoubtedly one of the best AC/DC tributes ever assembled, they'll take you through the entire history of the band, from the early Bon Scott years to the 30-year tenure with Brian Johnson. It's 21 Gun Salute, an explosive tribute to AC/DC, February 29th at the McMorran Theater. Sponsored by TMA Electric. Tickets start at just $24 and are available at Ticketmaster.com or the McMorran box office.
What does best mean? People use the word all the time, but don't really consider its power or potential. At McLaren, best is a belief system, a culture, an expectation, a standard that we hold ourselves accountable to. Best means using the latest technology so we can get people back to their everyday lives. And best means just being by someone's side, using your heart as well as your brain. To us, best isn't an adjective we use for effect. It's the powerful backbone of a philosophy. Because when it's your family who needs help, if it's your loved one on that exam table, what would you want for them? Exactly. We believe in one thing at McLaren: doing what's best.
I'm Justin Portillo. I'm number 91 for the Prowlers from Toledo, Ohio. I love playing for this team because it's a great group of guys. I call them my brothers, and I'll do anything for them. I got their back. They know that. Well, I grew up in Toledo, Ohio. I played competitive hockey in Michigan growing up. pretty much my whole life, and then I made it out east to play juniors, and went to the University of Maine and played college hockey there, and then came full circle and made my way back here to Port Huron. God is good, and I'm just happy to be back with the Prowlers.
Adventures await you at the award-winning DoubleTree by Hilton, Port Huron. Experience the breathtaking view of sailboats and freighters framed against the background of the impressive Blue Water Bridge, all from the comfort of your elegant guest room balcony. While you're here, enjoy the convenient amenities of our heated pool, fitness center, and on-site restaurant, Freighters Eatery and Tap Room. Planning a trip to Port Huron to cheer on the Prowlers? Call the hotel and ask about our special Prowlers fan rate. A stay at the DoubleTree by Hilton, Port Huron is the perfect way to enjoy a Prowlers win.
Would you like to protect your family's financial security and make a difference in your community? Women's Life Insurance Society is a different kind of insurance provider, but a better kind of different. You can get the life insurance you need to protect your family's financial security with the added benefit of helping those in need in your community. If you're thinking about life insurance, it's time to think differently. Choose planning ahead and giving back. Choose Women's Life. Learn more at womenslife.org.
A group created to help those facing serious addiction, Hope Not Handcuffs, continues spreading throughout St. Clair County on their mission to help people recover.
We started here in 2017 down in Fraser, Genesee County, Lapeer County, and kind of the same initiative. What it does is twofold. It helps those struggling with addiction, and also helps deface some of the stigma that the police officers have as far as they just want to arrest people and put them away, when really this is a way to say we're willing to help. We understand the disease of addiction and we're willing to help. We have over 30 angels in the area, so we built our angel force up before we could launch. An angel, when they get here, does initial screening, gives the person some comfort items, granola bar, water, candy. In the wintertime, maybe some gloves, some socks, a blanket, something for some comfort items, and then helps them do navigate their way to treatment. The program is launched February of 2017, and we've helped over 3,830 people through our chapters, and that's about 9 chapters. So we have about a little over 90 police departments statewide that are participating, and so we're catching fire here. So unfortunately, we say we're looking for St. Clair County to pick up, but it's not the joy of it, but we're looking to help a lot of people in St. Clair County any way we can. Slowly but surely, we've started with Yale, then we went to Port Huron City, then we went to Clay Township, now we're here at the Sheriff, and we're looking to continue to just keep adding them as we go.
We've been working with Hope Not Handcuffs since the very first week of January. The Hope Not Handcuffs program is important because we understand that this opioid crisis that our nation's facing can't be solved by arresting people. We want to provide alternatives, a safe, easily identifiable place for people to seek treatment.
What I felt when I came through the doors was a lot of fear. A lot of, I don't know, like what's going to happen here, you know. Am I going to be sick because I'm going through withdrawals, whatever have you. And the biggest part of it is like when the angel came into the factor of it, it made me comfortable. Like gave me some candy, some water, a blanket to put over my shoulders, because I came right off the streets, right? So that was the biggest thing for me, is like having somebody that cared there for me.
Right now we have had 3 that we met at the Port Huron Police Department, and then we've had 4 online. They can go to the Hope Not Handcuff website and do their application there, and then an angel reaches out to them and works them through the rest of the process. But we would really prefer they come into the police departments, because the police are our friends.
We're always trying to collaborate with other community agencies so that we can help as a whole. There's oftentimes a law enforcement part of handling drug-addicted people and drugs in itself, but to help those individuals get out of that cycle is a very important thing. We're here to help them. We understand that they're dealing with this addiction and they want help. We want to help them get that help. They'll be anonymous, nobody's going to know their name, and we'll just try to make sure that we're that conduit in place for them to go to get that help when they can get it.
The St. Clair County Sheriff's Department becomes the 4th law enforcement agency in St. Clair County to join with Hope Not Handcuffs, and organizers hope to spread further throughout St. Clair County in the coming weeks and months. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.
Matt Robertson from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. It's my 4th year with the Prowlers, and Love being back here in Port Huron. It's a great city. Beautiful place to be, and wouldn't rather be anywhere else than here. A lot of good memories here. We've had a lot of good runs. We've been close. I mean, I've made a lot of good friends while I've been here. A lot of fun road trips with the boys on the bus. I mean, it's just been a great time since I've been here. So.
You never know when you may be called on to save a life, but a few basic skills can help you stop the bleeding and save a life in an emergency.
National response time for ambulance or first responding agency to arrive is anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. So with you being the person that's already there when the accident happens, you're the one that's going to be able to initiate care and actually make a difference before we ever can get there. Even if you're just slowing the bleeding, you're still giving them more time. This can be applicable anywhere. If you're at home and somebody does something even as small as just trips and falls and cuts their leg, they land on cement cinder and it cuts their leg open, you can stop that bleeding and slow the bleeding. If you're out and about and somebody's in an accident and you see some severe bleeding, maybe they broke their arm and have an open wound with it, you can make that difference. And in the case where that hostile event situation, like in Las Vegas, Nevada, when they had the Harvest Festival, this initiative was already out there. And because this initiative was out there, an ambulance was taken over, and the civilians stripped that ambulance of supplies so that they could help those who had been injured.
When you're packing an open wound, the preferred way is taking the bandaging material by actually pushing that material inside the wound and filling that wound up with the material, and then continuing to put more on top and applying that pressure. Some people will call it well-aimed direct pressure, but you're putting more pressure over a larger surface area, and it'll help control the bleeding a little quicker and a little more effectively. So the process, once you get the tourniquet out of its wrapper, and you're going to slide that over their arm, their leg, or wherever it is you're trying to apply the tourniquet, and you're just going to pull it as tight as you can and continue to wrap around the arm. Then you're going to grab a hold of the windlass chuck, which just looks like a big straight stick, and you're going to keep twisting this. Once you get that to where the bleeding stops, you're just going to set that windlass chuck in that little C-clamp, and then just continue to wrap the rest of your tourniquet around to secure it.
If you're going to throw together a home kit, I would say that first of all you want to have your ACE wrap, which is just your general thing, but you're going to want clean gauze, rolled gauze. You're going to want to have possibly an Israeli dressing and a tourniquet.
Knowing the skills to stop the bleed are very important because primarily if you ever find yourself injured and unable to get a hold of help right away, it's self-survival. You're going to help take care of yourself. But a lot of the context of what we talk about in here is not only helping yourself, but helping your neighbor. When you find somebody else in trouble, or being the true first responder. It's not the people in uniform that go out and get paid to do it. It's going to be you who is close by when something bad happens.
If they want to take a class once a month, I do them here at the Parks and Rec at Palmer Park. They can get a hold of Port Huron City Rec, and it's a free class. There's no charge whatsoever.
I encourage everybody to get one of these classes in because the life you might save is your own, but it also might be your wife or your child. I think we're very responsible for trying to take care of one another, and if anybody shows up when somebody's hurt and they take it upon themselves to help that other person, I think that's a very noble thing.
From the skills of applying pressure, packing and applying a tourniquet, and having a life-saving kit, you can go from the sidelines to saving a life. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki. You never know when you may...
Well, we have a very special guest up here. Sometimes I can get some guys up here. Well, I have Corey Simons up here today. Corey, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, taking the weekend off, kind of resting the bodies. You get into February, it's a long season. How do you guys kind of work the... Well, you still got it. You're still making a playoff push. You're still making a push for first place. How do you balance that with not running guys into the ground too hard?
So I think
In the beginning, practices ramp up a lot.
Right.
In the middle, practices kind of die down a little bit to save you, and then once playoffs start, practices are like very short. We're saving all our energy, and so that's what's going to happen.
Does it come a lot more mental, like you watch a little more film, you try to figure out what you're doing, do the off-the-ice things more than necessarily go out there and spend 2 hours on it?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do a lot of film, going over our breakouts, our power play, penalty kill, and yeah, so it's a lot of studying, I guess you could say.
And obviously in the minor leagues, you have a lot of turnover. You guys got guys coming in and out. Well, for us, we've had a few guys. You have Sokol, you have Moroso, guys coming in, and they're playing really well. How is it getting guys in? Because it's kind of rare to get these guys come in right away and have big contributions immediately.
Yeah, so Sokol, I think, was injured. That's how we got lucky to snag him so late. And then Moroso, luckily enough, he wasn't signed anywhere either, so we snagged him. And then we traded for a couple guys from Battle Creek and one from Elmira, and they've been doing well too.
How is And welcome back. We are getting ready for second period action here in McMorran Arena between the Danville Dashers and your Port Huron Prowlers. Jeremy Austin Federle continues his hot streak, roofing a pair of goals. Just a couple of beauties in the first period. He has 19 goals in now about 25 games, or 24 games in a period. He has been a very, very good scorer the past month or two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a big reason why the Prowlers have been having success over the last few months. I mean, and it's great to see, especially as the hometown boy, playing in front of his, people he's grown up with and known since he was a kid. I mean, it's exciting to see, and it's great to see him blossom into, a terrific hockey player.
One guy I thought really stood out in that first period and played maybe one of his better periods of hockey all year. I thought Dalton Young flew around that period. He was getting in space. He was playing good defense. I hope to see him continue that in the second.
Yeah, something I remember I noticed about Dalton Young, at least last weekend in Battle Creek. As you mentioned, he's all pretty much, I don't want to say all over the place, but doing a lot. He's moving around the ice, trying to create scoring chances, getting back in time, breaking up passing lanes and things of that sort. I mean, he's a great defenseman. I mean, he played in the OHL. You got to admit, he definitely has a high IQ, plays the game well. I mean, he's definitely a great player the Prowlers have on the back end.
Yeah, he does. And, I mean, that slap shot might be the hardest one in the league.
I think so.
Shot 2 howitzers. The one barely missed the crossbar. But you give him any time and space, that puck's coming in hot.
Yeah, and like I mentioned in that period, at one point he had a shot towards the net, and he didn't get all of it because Dasher had a little bit of a stick lift on him, but if he got all that puck, I think he would have found the back of the net.
Yes, he very well could have. All right, getting ready here as the buzzer sounds for second period action. Prowlers going left to right. Dashers attacking right to left. Zolkanich, Jay. That is, I believe, can't tell on the far end. Weber, Parsons, and Young out there.
Quintos right off the
draw. Quintos takes a ooh. And another spill in the corner is Dalton Young. As Zolkanich volleys the puck on a stick for a moment. Barakov tries to pass it, but it's intercepted by Weber, and he'll throw it in deep. Palmerville takes it up, try to go around a couple guys, leaves it there for Nair. Nair up over the red line, now the blue. Shoots it on net, but it goes way wide. Ensor chips it up. Now going the other way is Dalton J. Dalton J might have an opportunity. Him and Zach Zolkanich in the zone. Right wing single shot there from Dalton J. Gets blockered away. Nair trying to take it the other way. Parsons and Varchiainen now out for the Prowlers. Parsons pressuring there. Shot saved by Blake Scott. He'll try to corral it. He won't be able to. Puck still loose now behind the net. Now back to the boards it goes.
Prowlers having trouble locating it.
Yeah, he had a couple of red jerseys there. Ensor now gets it at the point. Passes across right wing circle. Oh, bar down and out. Beat Scott, didn't beat the net. Oh, that crossbar, goalie's best friend sometimes. Shot there goes way wide. Bronson had a great opportunity to score there. Dashers coming out hot in the second period. 18:40 here to go. Dashers have been all over Port Huron in the first minute and a half. In the neutral zone, Bronson and Nair, or excuse me, that was Hine. It goes to Parsons. Parsons with a long stretch pass to Federle. Federle chips it into the zone. Graham chasing after it, but White will backhand it. That's Palmerville with a backhanded pass. Atkins trying to get it out of the zone. Sokol fighting for it. Vartiainen pokes it away. Goes back to the stick of Sokol. Sokol, left wing circle. Tips it over to Federle. Federle with 2 goals tonight. Throws it on net. It gets deflected by a White jersey, but it slides harmlessly past the net of White. Turnover there. Bobby Sokol with a slap shot, and it gets saved by Palmerville. He turned it over and then blocked the shot. He paid the price for that turnover.
Yeah, Palmerville's a guy that I remember a few months ago here in this building. I mean, it seemed like it was every other shift he was out on the ice. He's a defenseman that the Dashers really trust, and great defensive play there, sacrificing the body.
No, exactly right, Jeremy. 17:55 to go. We get an offensive zone draw. Contrado, Portillo, and Citrone out there, along with Easterbrook and Vartiainen. Contrado tries to win the draw. Tries to get a shot right off the draw, but gets turned over. That goes to Murray. Murray takes it in the zone by him lonesome. Into the corner. Goes around. Portillo will pick up the puck. Over to Contrado. Contrado flips it in the zone. Be sticked away by White. White with a dangerous backhanded pass. Gets through everyone. Vartiainen keeps it in the zone, but it goes right to the stick of Murray. Murray in the neutral zone now. Over the blue line. Shot there goes up and over the crossbar. Vartiainen over to Easterbrook. Easterbrook, a long stretch pass gets picked off there, throws it on net from behind the blue line, but it's saved by Scott. Shots now 19-12. You're going to have a delay of game penalty here. Easterbrook's going to go to the box, and the Dashers are going to get their first power play of the afternoon.
Yeah, Easterbrook just trying to clear that puck out. I mean, it looked like it wasn't going out at first. Clipped the top of the glass. Came back into play afterwards.
So it's 17-13 of the second period. Rob Easterbrook going to the box, 2 minutes for a delay of game. And now the Dashers will have an opportunity to cut the lead in half. Pass there, give and go look for the Dashers won't happen. Puck in the in the Prowlers zone. Dalton Young tried to clear it. Dalton Young almost tipped it into his own net. Young banks it off the high glass. He'll get a good clear there. 1:36 left to go in the penalty kill for the Prowlers. Turner behind his own net. Taking his time. Leaves it for Atkins. Atkins will control the puck now. Palmerville in his own zone. Taking his time.
Yeah, Graham gives Quintos a shove there, and it looks like this might be. Is this?
Oh, are they going to get Quintos?
Oh, that's interesting. Graham gave him a shove and a little bit of a hit. No, okay. Quintos gets the penalty.
Quintos will go to the box. Are they going to send Graham with him?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that would make sense.
They will. Dueling minors for Quintos and Graham. Easterbrook will get some company. Quintos is not happy. He slams a water bottle down.
Yeah, looking at the play, I don't think Quintos did anything wrong. I'm a little bit surprised that he's in the box, to be honest.
So 1:08, they'll send 2 guys to the box, and they'll continue with 5-on-4 hockey. Atkins wins the draw very cleanly, gets it behind the goal line. He throws it, tries to throw it on net, goes in front of Scott. 60 seconds left to go as Dalton Young's stick shatters in 2. They'll get them both for unsportsmanlike conduct. Turner behind the net over to Palmerville. Back to Turner in his own zone. 41 seconds left to go in the Danville Dasher power play. Over to Palmerville. He throws it on net, but it bounces wide. Atkins behind the net. Over to Hine. Hine has been still quiet today, Jeremy. Haven't said his name too much as the Prowlers get it clear. 25 seconds left to go in the power play.
Yeah, and you know the Prowlers definitely want to keep it that way. Absolute Prowler killer. Puck comes down the other way.
Yeah,
with it now.
It's basically have anyone but Fred Hine beat us at this point because he's proven he's done it twice. And you don't want to repeat it now. 8 seconds left to go in the power play. Dashers have it. Tries to get a pass up to Enser. Enser keeps it in the zone. He'll throw it on net. It gets tipped out in front. No, they'll say it came out. We'll get an offsides call. 1 second left to go on the penalty to Rob Easterbrook. Contrado going over there giving him some instructions. A clean win on the faceoff. You might see Easterbrook try to get a stretch pass there.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Easterbrook come out of the box and just wait for a second, depending on how this faceoff goes.
Maybe you'll see Contrado try to win the faceoff right to him.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He tried to chip it up to him. He was the centerman. Parsons puts him on the boards. That's Enser. The long stretch pass there won't get to Citrone. 5 minutes have passed in the second period. No goals this period, but it's still 2-0 Port Huron leads. A weird bounce off the boards. Gets the puck in the neutral zone. Murray has it. Prowlers haven't been able to have any sustained possession this period. So Murray has it over the blue line. Cross ice pass to Gullo. Gullo shoots there. It's patted away. Shot there is gloved by Scott. We'll get a whistle at 14:35 to go in the second period. Right wing circle draw upcoming. Atkins will take on Zach Zolkanich. Zolkanich, a native of Kenai, Alaska. He will get kicked out of the circle, and Dalton J will take it. Clean win by the Dashers over to Murray. Murray tries to get it on net, but it goes way left of the net. Pass across there, tries to get it right back to Murray. Brawson has it. He turns and fires it. It's saved by Scott. Weber fighting for position with Hine. Now Atkins along the boards. Gets pinned by Weber. Prowlers can't seem to get out of the zone. 14-10 here to go in the second period. It's 2-0 Port Huron leads. Pass out in front, can't find the tape. Justin Brawson would have had an excellent opportunity from point blank to score. Instead, it goes all the way back into the Danville end. Austin Federley gets a poke check there, but it's picked up before he can do any damage. That's Alex Palmerville. He tries to bank it up, but it'll go all the way down. It won't go quite far enough for it to be an icing, and Larry Vartiano will pick it up. Hine tries to cut off the pass. It eventually gets to the stick of Barakov. Barakov in front of his own bench. Back behind the net. Vartiano has it behind Scott. Vartiano looks for another long pass. He gets it to Federley. Federley over there to Contrado. Contrado to Sokol, but it won't go. It gets chipped now in the corner. Hallgood with a rink-wide pass. Puck in the neutral zone now. Contrado has it. He takes over the blue line. He'll throw it on net, and they'll get a whistle there as Harley White covers it up, and Matt Graham will come out of the box along with Quintos. Graham won't even go to the bench. He'll go straight out for the draw. He's got some fresh legs. Hallgood will pick up the puck off the draw. Palmerville swings and misses. Austin Federley has a chance in close, but he does a good job. That's Palmerville, that is, recovering off his turnover. Barakov passes it across. Chasing after is Young. Young's got to beat out a man, but instead he'll let it go to Scott, who will cover it up with 12:47 to go in the second period. Still 2-0 Port Huron.
Yeah, Scott making the safe play there. And then that puck before Young and Barakov. We'll just settle it down. Now we'll have a defensive zone draw for the Prowlers.
Tie up in the right wing circle, pass across to Palmerville. Goes over there, shot from Hallgood, swallowed up by Scott. 12:41 to go in the second period.
Hallgood with a little, especially the stick on the ice there. That shot directly at the chest of Blake Scott.
Danville's been dominating this period. Shots are 7-2 in favor of the visiting Dashers as Atkins tries to get a shot in from the low left wing circle. Puck goes around. Scott will take it behind the net, leaves it for Joe Pace. Joe Pace gets it up the boards to Federley. Federley up to Graham. Graham over the blue line. Left wing circle, pass across the Federer. He shoots, just goes wide of the net. He almost had his third of the evening. Joe Pace forces a turnover. Gets it back to Sokol. Pace has it along the hash marks. He turns it over as he goes down to the ice. Dasher's taking it in the zone. Vartiainen trying to box out a man. Graham. Now it's Hawgood. High now over the blue line. He goes down to a knee. Passes it to Gullo. Gullo, backhanded pass won't go. Ensor will be there to clean it up at neutral ice. 11:43 to go in the second period. 2-0 Port Huron leads. An icing will be called there. Joe Pace gets it. 11:38, and we'll have an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Prowlers.
Yeah, third line just got out on the ice, so they'll be fresh for an offensive zone draw. And Contrado will take it. Good face-off, man. Saw him take a lot of face-offs last weekend in Battle Creek.
Yeah, he is it's kind of a utility man. Played defense the first 2 games. Now he's up in the center dot for this game as he gets a clean win over to Parsons. Parsons with a slap shot goes into the belly of White, and they'll do it all over again.
Yeah, Contrado already today playing a little bit of defense and offense. Started on defense, but mainly since has been playing offense. As you mentioned, Brady, great utility man.
Contrado with another one. Shot there from Citron goes up into the netting. We'll do it once more. Third time might be the charm. Danville will send out 3 new sets of legs. You got Nair, you got Barakov. And on the far side, I believe that is Tyler Quintos. Contrado for his third faceoff. This time he tries to shoot it, and it'll be covered up by White. Why not do it a 4th time? For the 4th time from the right wing circle. Another win for Contrado. Vartiainen has it. Now we'll get a little bit of action here. He gets it in deep to Portillo. Turned over there. Backhanded attempt there. Swallowed up by White. And another face-off from the right wing circle.
It's White's 21st save of the game. Last few have been pretty easy for him.
They have. Portillo in the corner. Back to Contrado behind the net. But Contrado takes a hit into the boards right where the Zamboni doors are. Over the line now. Pass there. Parsons takes a spill into the boards. A shot from point blank will be saved by Scott. Turnover there. Pass across. Turner has it. Throws it on net.
Wow.
Saved by Scott.
I don't know, maybe from my angle, our little camera up here, it was in a little way a little bit. Seemed like, I don't know, I thought that puck was offside when Turner brought it in. So I thought it came out of the zone, and he took it back in. I don't know, maybe.
Parsons being attended to by the trainer. Looked like he was shaking his arm. May have got a stinger there. See if he returns to action shortly. Young, backhanded pass. We get cut off by Hallgood. Excuse me, that's Murray. Now Young has it over the blue line. Tries to get it to Jay, but that will be... No, Jay was there first, I thought. I thought Jay had a step on Hallgood, but they'll get the whistle. 10:45 to go in the second period.
Dalton Young and Fred Hine having a few words with each other currently.
Oh, Dalton Young and Fred Hine. Don't think they'll be sharing Christmas cards this year. Young taking a long stroll around.
Oh, behind still drawing at him. Come across the faceoff dot.
Young will take the puck off the draw. He'll throw a nice pass there to Zolkanich, but it just goes under his stick. Zolkanich will be off sides as he takes it into the zone. 10:37 to go. Not a lot of flow here the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, this game is definitely slowing down a little bit with all these whistles. I mean, a minute has gone by on the clock. It feels like a lot more up here in the booth, though.
And Parsons is going to go to the locker room.
Prowlers now down the 4 defensemen.
Hopefully he's all right. He has been a very steady defenseman for the Prowlers this season.
I can't recall. I don't think he's missed a game yet.
No, and he took a puck to the face down in Columbus. He is a...
took a high stick in Danbury that cut open his face.
Yeah, so he's had his face busted open a few times, and he still played. So he is one tough player. Hope to see him back later today. Hallgood now takes it behind his own net. Murray in his own zone. Gets around that there was Weber, and a shot there from Murray goes way wide of the net. There's no one there in a white jersey to pick it up. Young has it. He chips it up, but there was Hallgood there to intercept it back to Easterbrook. Easterbrook in front of his own net. Almost turns it over there. That was Levi Armstrong. First time we've mentioned his name tonight. Palmerville in his own zone. Shots are 23-18 in favor of Port Huron. Palmerville sends it back to Hallgood. Over to Zylak. Zylak in the zone. He loses a good poke check there by Joe Pace. Barchianen banks it off the glass. Sokol now takes it in the zone. Graham nearly stayed on sides just by the end of his skate. And behind the net now is Graham. Graham carries it in the corner. He'll try to throw it back to Sokol, but Federle will pick up. Pass over to Graham. Shoots one. It went over the net. I thought Harley White snagged it for a moment. But a nice passing shot there from Graham and another backhanded attempt from Sokol to try to get it to Matt Graham. Matt Graham shoots there. Net is slightly off the moorings. No whistle yet. Matt Graham has it pass out in front. Gets intercepted. White trying to put the net back on the moorings. He's not having a lot of luck there. It's the other end. There you go. Now he's got it.
Someone's stick went flying there.
Yeah, that was a Danville player. Austin Federle has it. He's trying to take it up in close. Puck will now go to the corner. 8:43 here to go in the period. Barakov over the red line. Ooh, big hit from Joe Pace. Taking out Barakov. That gets the crowd on their feet. Ensor has it. Back to Palmerville. He throws it on net, but it's deflected before it can reach Scott. Joe Pace and it's Barakov now. He throws it on net, but it gets deflected by Joe Pace at his left leg. Barakov tries to turn and throw it on net. Gets cut off again. This time it's to Trone. Contrado tips it. White will play it. Try to make a long stretch pass, but it'll bounce off one of his own players and almost hits a Prowler. Would have been too many men on the ice. Joe Pace along the boards there. Barely gets it out of the zone. Joe Pace kicks it back to himself. Looks to make a long stretch pass. He's looking for Justin Portillo as he banks it. Portillo is not going to get there first. We will get an icing call with 7:44 to go. That should not be the media timeout. It was icing.
No, I think they're...
No, they're not going to do it. It's going to be a draw.
Well, play picking up in the last 3 minutes there. Now going a little bit back and forth. A few scoring opportunities for each team. More so for the Prowlers. Matt Graham really close. Had a lot of oof on a shot that he really didn't follow through on. That went flying high and wide over the net of White.
Linesman slowing things down. Off the face-off, it goes to the dasher. Shot out in front, it's loose. Poking it around is by Scott's right pad, but he didn't find it. And Contrado just flips it up and out, and it will avoid the icing. Good job from Brandon Contrado helping out his goaltender. Turnover, Dalton Jay has it. He's got it in close. Pass over to Contrado. Oh, it hops over his stick, but Dalton Young throws out front. Contrado backhands it. Saved there by White. Goes over to Citrone. Citrone gets it to Jay. Jay whips. Jay recovers the rebound and he shoots, but Harley White was able to get a shoulder on it, and that flurry of shots will not result in a goal. Jeremy, how did the Prowlers not bury one there?
I don't know. Tall standing plays there by Harley White.
Jay takes another shot. It's glove, but he can't hold on to it.
Great glove save there by Harley White. That one, a lot of power on the shot as it comes right out of the glove after the save.
Harley White standing tall in the second period in net for the Dashers. It should be a 3-0 game, but White did a great job there keeping it at 2-0. Zylak takes it into the zone. It's pushed up by Hine. Zylak behind the net. He seems like he might be out of gas right now. Easterbrook shovels it forward to Weber. Weber up to Zolkanich. Zolkanich tries to turn and leave it for Jay, but it gets poked away. Zolkanich takes it into the zone himself. Left wing circle, Zach Zolkanich trying to make a move. And an outstretched pad of Harley White stops Zach Zolkanich.
Yeah, the Dashers looking a bit confused there. Get Zolkanich behind the play.
And a pass there to Weber, who was ready to get off the ice. Goes past him. Rink-wide pass now hits off the back of number 9, Brett Menton. And he'll go into the Prowlers bench. And finally, after that long flurry, we will get our media timeout.
Yeah, I mean, this game is 100% the complete opposite of what we experienced here last Sunday against Elmira, and it's, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought it'd be a bit of a slower game, but you know what? Tight rate.
It is a little different when, this is the oldest rivalry in the Fed. The Prowlers and Dashers are two of the longest tenured teams. Prowlers celebrating their 5th anniversary this season. Dashers been around a while. Prowlers been around half of the league's existence.
Right.
League celebrating its 10th year as the Federal Hockey League, and the Prowlers celebrating their 5th season. So Danville, I believe, is the only continuous member that's been around longer. Watertown took a year off while the rink had renovations. So two of the older teams in the league, and you get games like this almost every time they meet up.
Well, yeah, especially with this season. I mean, today it's a close game, but it seems like all season long these games have been close. And hey, even the playoff race between these two teams is really in the end. These two teams might be seeing each other in April.
Oh, definitely, Jeremy. And those games are just action-packed. And it seems like just playoff hockey against a guy or against a team you've played a lot and have known each other, it just seems like these teams always seem to find each other in the big moments. Yeah, you haven't had anything. You had one game that was bigger than a 2-goal deficit, and that was the first time they met.
Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah, when Port Huron shut them out. I believe that was a Wednesday night game, if I remember correctly.
It was a Friday. It was
Friday
a home.
Yes, it was a home and home. They turned around and traveled. Matt Graham over to Sokol. Sokol open over the line, right wing circle. Along the hash mark, Sokol rings it around. Can't be cut off by Graham. Federley's outstretched stick can't get onto it. Nair has it. Nair goes around Joe Pace. Nair in the offensive zone. Makes a move. Vartiainen does a good job forcing a rushed pass, and it can't be picked up by Barakov. Nair in the neutral zone. 5:26 here to go in the second period. Prowlers up 2-0. No goals this period. Ooh. Puck comes out of play. 5:18, and we'll get a draw.
Man, that puck going right over the net. Effective netting looked like. Seemed like more so a pretty high-powered dump in there.
We will get a center ice draw. Out there for the Prowlers is Contrado, Citrone, Portillo, Young, and Vartiainen. Allgood in his own zone. Passes it across to Palmerville, who sends it right back. Allgood behind his net still. Shots 27-20 in favor of Port Huron. Citrone pinning Hine to the boards. Handling it. Long pass there to Hine. He tried to split the defense, but it'll go right to the trapper of Blake Scott. And now Dalton Young and Fred Hine getting into it again. I think Hine had a little shove at first, and then Dalton Young retaliates. No penalties here. But if there's one guy for the Dashers you want to try to take their mind off scoring as much as you can, it's Fred Hine.
Absolutely.
He's been a Prowler killer, as we mentioned this whole broadcast. He scored, I believe, 7 goals so far against Port Huron, and all 6 in the 2 victories for Danville. Contrado throws it on net. It's padded away. Contrado pins a Dasher to the board. Atkins has it. Citrone fires it in the zone. Palmerville will bank it behind his own net. 4:22 here to go in the second period. Portillo putting some pressure on. He knocks down a Dasher. That was Murray. No call here. Portillo now pinning them to the board. That's Palmerville. Portillo playing physical this shift. Contrado in the corner. Throws it back, but Murray recovers it. Murray sauces out to the middle, and Fred Hine has a breakaway. Fred Hine, front hand, backhand attempt. He goes 5-hole and beats Blake Scott. It's 2-1. Prowler's lead was just cut in half, and the Prowler killer strikes again. Fred Hine, his 8th this year against Port Huron.
And defensive pairing there for the Prowlers, looking a little lost as that puck came their way, and Hine right behind them. Perfect spot for him. He has a breakaway, and no doubt about it, slipped it through the 5-hole of Blake Scott.
Well, Prowler's lead cut in half. Dashers strike first in the second period. It took over 16 minutes for someone to finally score. But now we have a 2-1 hockey game. Maybe it's just mental, Jeremy, as Joe Pace throws it up into the rafters. Puck doesn't come back down.
Wow, that's stuck there. That is.
Yeah, I'm not going to go up there to get it, Jeremy.
No.
Yeah. You want to climb that ladder over there, go up, go searching for it? Fred Hine, though, has been killing it. I don't know if it's just mental, but Fred Hine just scored, and the Prowlers only have 2 goals. Maybe it's just my mind being weird like that, but the 2 times the Prowlers lost, it's been 3-2 on Fred Hine hat tricks. I just want to see another goal. I don't even care if someone else scores. Just don't let Fred Hine beat you. Dalton Jay as a breakaway. Dalton Jay got by the defense. Backhanded attempt goes wide of the net. Zolkanich down low. Tries to make a move. Zach Zolkanich's shot gets saved by White. Zolkanich has been using his hands quite nicely. 3:33 to go in the second period. Prowlers up a goal. Fred Hine recently cut the lead in half.
Yeah, what a move there by Zolkanich. White just comes out aggressively and just cuts off any angle Zolkanich has there as that shot just goes right into his chest protector.
Right wing draw as the Dashers win it. Nair has it, but it's poked away. That was Weber. Right wing circle. Dalton Jay shoots it. He goes way over the net and hit the protective netting. That one might have missed a soccer net, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, a high shot there. Really high shot there from Dalton Jay. I mean, it didn't seem like he got all of it there, but again,
it looks like he mishit it.
Yeah.
Graham in the right wing circle. Graham boxes out Nair, but eventually, Graham does come away with it behind the net. He's pressured by Nair. Turns it over. The net's way off the moorings. Austin Federley's trying for a lacrosse goal, and it won't happen. He had it on his stick. He was trying for it.
Yeah, what's that goal called? The Michigan?
The Michigan goal.
Ironically, Federley trying to complete the hat trick with the Michigan right there. Looked like he had a good opportunity, but I think during it, that's when the net came off.
It was before it.
Was it before?
Austin Federley trying to put a highlight reel goal together, trying to top his last 2 goals, which were both beauties in the top shelf. Waiting for the linesman to drop it. And now the other linesman needs to have his voice heard.
They kick Graham out of both.
Yeah, kicking both of them out. That's productive. So Federley will take it. Federley off the draw will actually chase after his own puck. Matt Graham backhanded attempt short side. It's still loose, but it comes away. Picking it up there is Quintos. Quintos over the blue line. Right wing circle. He turns around. Backhanded. Young and Nair get pinned to the boards. Nair goes down. 2:49 here to go in the period. Sokol over the red line. Now blue. Leaves it for Federley. Federley pass over to Vartiainen. Slap shot from Vartiainen gets swallowed up. Oh, Vartiainen, when he gets an open chance like that, usually he converts. And Sokol has some words now. Bobby Sokol showing a little fire that we haven't seen before this weekend.
Yeah, I talked to Sokol a little bit before the game. He was fired up about this game. His girlfriend came from Pennsylvania. She's in the audience tonight, and he was really fired up for this game tonight. His first time playing against the Dashers.
Puck loose out in front now along the boards. Brossen's pass will get knocked away. Contrado waiting for Portillo to get on sides. Now he'll dump it in deep. As it's covered up by White, 2:25 to go in the second period.
Yeah, it looked like White was going to play that puck. I mean, no Prowlers around him, but he likes to hang on, so the Prowlers will really want to take this offensive zone draw and use it to their advantage. Contrado taking it as he loses the draw.
White jersey picks it up here, throws it over to Brossen. Easterbrook keeps it. Oh, Portillo wasn't ready for it. I don't think he knew Easterbrook had it, but he throws it back, tries to get it to Citrone. Easterbrook, slap shot there, goes to the right of the net. Hine has it. He scored just a few minutes ago. Pass gets picked off by Joe Pace. Brossen's backhanded attempt floats over the crossbar. Pace pinning him to the boards. Joe Pace still had him on the boards. Hallgood now at center ice, 1:49 to go. Atkins, left wing circle, looking to make a pass. Gets all the way over there. A pass there from Hine gets picked off, and they'll dump it into the Dasher zone. They'll get a line change. Jay, and that is Weber's spill over the boards. Joe Pace now in the corner. That's Ensor with him. It's picked up by a Dasher. Zylak and Contrado fighting for the puck. Joe Pace will come in to help his teammate. 1:14 left to go in the period. Puck gets fired out of the zone. It'll slowly slide down into the Dasher zone. Won't quite cross the goal line as Gullo now has it behind his own net. Backhands it around. Jay now has it left wing circle, but he gets his pocket picked. Hallgood throws it out in front, but it'll go wide of the net. Stays in the zone as Zylak throws it on net. I believe Dalton Young got in the way of that. 42 seconds left to go in the period.
What a hit.
Oh, no!
Off.
And now Dalton Young is going at it. He's fighting there. He's taking down Armstrong. He's raiding rights. Armstrong doesn't know what direction to face. Him and Young are going at it. And Young wrestles him down to the ice. Levi Armstrong thought he had enough of Dalton Young, but Dalton Young gave Armstrong more than he could handle. Dalton Young getting an ovation here on this Sunday afternoon. Prowlers bench loving it.
That's Armstrong's third fight against the Prowlers this season. Had 2 against Alex Gregorich back in December. Both of those tilts didn't really go in one direction or the other, but this time Dalton Young,
a dominant victory.
A dominant victory for Dalton Young.
Armstrong went and he brought the fight to Young. Young turned around, wasn't having any of it. So Young will go to the locker room since there's only 39 seconds left. Crowd loving it as Young goes back to the locker room. He'll get a little extended intermission.
Loudest it's been in here all day, definitely, after that. I mean, the crowd is on their feet. 39 seconds remain in the period, though.
Young with a big hit, which caused Armstrong to come to his teammate's aid. But Young standing tall at the end of it. See if there's any additional penalties besides the 2 for fighting.
I wonder if Young might get something for the hit on Gullo, but I wouldn't believe so, because it looks like draw might be in the offensive zone for the Prowlers.
So are they gonna?
Oh, there it is. On the scoreboard, 2 minutes.
2 on the board for the Prowlers. No, that's got to be on the wrong side.
Yeah, no.
They definitely put it on the wrong side.
Prowlers have a
Yeah, the Prowlers should have a power play. It's 5-on-4,
yeah.
But it reads 2 minutes in penalties on the scoreboard for Port Huron. Can we get that fixed? We'll see what the official penalty is. Waiting to get the scoreboard right. All right, we have the 2 minutes off the board now. Right now, they only have the 2 fightings listed. There we go. Now we got it on the right side. Prowlers will have 39 seconds of 5-on-4 action. Vartiainen has it. Throws it on net, but he gets deflected by Palmerville. Swinging attempt there from Matt Graham. And now Palmerville, I think, had a few words for Zolkanich. We'll see if we can get the official penalty call here. I imagine it's going to be on Armstrong for initiating the fight as it gets tied up. Off the boards, Vartiainen knocks it down. Pass over to Easterbrook. Easterbrook gets it in deep. Oh, it bounced up and hit the netting. Yep. Levi Armstrong, 2 minutes for instigating. He went and took Dalton Young from behind, basically, and Young turned around and finished the job. Vartiainen keeps the puck in. Down and close, Matt Graham, pass over to Dalton J, but it gets sticked away. 16 seconds left to go in the period. Vartiainen over the blue line. Pass up to Zolkanis. No, Graham has it. Graham. Back to Easterbrook, 7 seconds to go. Graham scrambling to get out in front of Zolkanis. It goes through Vartiainen. Slap shot there. It's loose out front. Oh, and Easterbrook couldn't finish it. Time will expire. Buzzer still doesn't sound at the end of the period. And an exciting end to that period. Prowlers still up 2-1 despite the 1 goal let up by Fred Hine. So Jeremy, we are in for quite the finish in the third period. Prowlers up 2-1 here on this Sunday afternoon in McMorran Arena. Fred Hine made it 2-1 that period, but a Dalton Young and Levi Armstrong fight kind of got the blood going a little bit for both teams. Well, join us for third period action here on EBW TV after these messages. It should be a fun one. We'll be right back after these messages.
Would you like to protect your family's financial security and make a difference in your community? Women's Life Insurance Society is a different kind of insurance provider, but a better kind of different. You can get the life insurance you need to protect your family's financial security with the added benefit of helping those in need in your community. If you're thinking about life insurance, it's time to think differently. Choose planning ahead and giving back. Choose Women's Life. Learn more at womenslife.org.
For those of you ready to rock, we have a show for you. 21 Gun Salute, an explosive tribute to AC/DC, is taking over the McMorran stage on Saturday, February 29th. Undoubtedly one of the best AC/DC tributes ever assembled. They'll take you through the entire history of the band, from the early Bon Scott years to the 30-year tenure with Brian Johnson. It's 21 Gun Salute, an explosive tribute to AC/DC, February 29th at the McMorran Theater. Sponsored by TMA Electric. Tickets start at just $24 and are available at Ticketmaster.com or the McMorran box office.
Adventures await you at the award-winning DoubleTree by Hilton, Port Huron. Experience the breathtaking view of sailboats and freighters framed against the background of the impressive Blue Water Bridge, all from the comfort of your elegant guest room balcony. While you're here, enjoy the convenient amenities of our heated pool, fitness center, and on-site restaurant, Freighters Eatery and Tap Room. Planning a trip to Port Huron to cheer on the Prowlers? Call the hotel and ask about our special Prowlers fan rate. A stay at the DoubleTree by Hilton, Port Huron is the perfect way to enjoy a Prowlers win.
What does best mean? People use the word all the time, but don't really consider its power or potential. At McLaren, best is a belief system, a culture, an expectation, a standard that we hold ourselves accountable to. Best means using the latest technology so we can get people back to their everyday lives. And best means just being by someone's side, using your heart as well as your brain. To us, best isn't an adjective we use for effect. It's the powerful backbone of a philosophy. Because when it's your family who needs help, if it's your loved one on that exam table, what would you want for them? Exactly. We believe in one thing at McLaren: doing what's best.
My name is Matt Graham from Rancho Cucamonga, California. I'm a forward, number 51. My favorite Prowlers memory is probably the first season when we won, I think it was like 27 games in a row.
From the Blue Water area, hundreds of years of history are preserved, and the Port Huron Museum is taking a few weeks out to organize and sort through some of their treasures.
What we basically did was take everything out of here, which was very daunting in itself. It took about 2 days. As everything went out, and was stored in the other room. That's where they were able to give the item a little bit of cleaning if it needed it, make sure that the item's entry in Past Perfect was up to date. That's the database we use. Add that new picture from a professional photographer who has very generously volunteered his time to help us out. Make sure all of that was entered in. It's sent upstairs where we're able to generate a barcode for it, which is something we were just never able to do before. Technology's finally caught up. So that way, when everything comes back in here, you could pick up an item, scan the barcode, and learn, when was this item donated? What was its significance? Some of the favorite things I found, it's actually a patent medicine machine from the 1850s, and it uses the power of electricity to cure people. It's a magneto. It's pretty neat. The idea was the patient would hold it, and the doctor would turn a crank and pass a small current of electricity through the patient to cure what ails them. At least in like 1854, that was the idea. One of the cool things we have is an entire collection from an American soldier who was part of the polar bear expedition. Their dog tags, a helmet, a uniform, actually some of the currency that they had picked up and kept as souvenirs along the way. So this is a pretty obscure military expedition in U.S. history, but it was a small American expeditionary force at the very end of World War I, about 1919, so just over 100 years ago. They had drawn soldiers from Michigan and other cold climates specifically because they knew they were sending them to Russia and wanted a soldier who'd be prepared for those kind of conditions. One of my favorite finds we found was a giant scrapbook full of wanted posters and wanted ads from about 100 years ago, from the 19-teens. There's some really interesting ones. There are deserter ads from the Army that were posted around town because the soldier was, originally from Port Huron. All sorts of things. One of the ads that I really enjoyed was from a wife who was looking for her missing husband. He said that he left, and there was a reward for him, dead or alive. So, I guess she really wanted him back, one way or the other.
My passion is with the collections. I got into this job so that I could touch the old things, and it's just, I'm lucky that that's what I get to do. It's really a celebration of doing right by the objects. We've had a great team of volunteers. We've had probably about 10 volunteers almost every single day. Everybody is playing a part, and so many people are doing great work for us.
A lot of the Thomas Edison stuff was really, really cool. That and all the old pictures that just, from where we grew up, and just getting a chance to see what it used to look like. Finding out, looking at stuff I've never seen before, and just your one chance to actually see the behind the scenes of the museum.
Ultimately, the whole point of this whole process is that when we're done, we have a better understanding of what we have, what we don't have, where everything is, and we use these items to tell local stories.
Organizers say artifacts they found, like the magneto and the scrapbook of wanted posters from the 1910s, are just the tip of the iceberg of some of the fun things and historical artifacts here at the museum, and they look forward to sharing it with the community for years to come. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.
Hey guys, Austin Peterly from Port Huron, Michigan. I'm a forward and I'm number 19. My favorite thing about playing hockey is just the smell of the rink. Something it's unique to this game. It's awesome playing here growing up. It's even better now that I'm pro. Playing in front of all your family and friends, it's a special experience.
This story is sponsored by
Women's Life Insurance Society.
In 2002, the abduction of Elizabeth Smart was one of the most followed child abduction cases of her time. Ms. Smart's story gripped the nation after she was held captive for 9 months as a young teen. Through this traumatic experience, Smart has become a strong advocate for the recovery programs and legislation related to child abductions. Next Monday, February 10th, a local audience will have the chance to hear her story during the monthly Town Hall series. Smart is set to deliver a captivating message of hope, not only about her personal story, but also about overcoming adversity, the process of recovery, and not allowing one's past to dictate life's future. The program is set to begin at 10:30 a.m. at the McMorran Theater in downtown Port Huron. Limited tickets are still available for the presentation. You can contact the McMorran box office.
This story brought to you by Marysville Tire and Auto, Marysville's premier tire dealer and tire repair shop.
Leisure Living Management, a Grand Rapids-based senior living community operator, broke ground this week on a 43,000 square foot assisted living project in Port Huron. The company has now announced that they are ready to move forward with plans for a second St. Clair County location at 1003 Brown Street in the city of St. Clair. According to Neil Cray, CEO and president of Leisure Living Management, the project will have a variety of room options in the assisted living wing, as well as 15 specialized memory care units. Cray said the community will have a total of 40 apartments with lots of common space and amenities. The St. Clair facility will be the 29th location for Leisure Living. A groundbreaking for the project is set to take place in March. The Port Huron location, being developed near Lake Huron Medical Center, will have 44 units and is expected to be operational in the spring of 2021.
One of the most stunning things about this area is our water. However, that does mean that there's extra danger, which is why 2 agencies are coming together today to train for cold water rescue.
The Coast Guard's doing joint training with the Port Huron Township Fire Department. We are trained in ice rescue. We do ice rescue every winter. And the Port Huron Township Fire Department, we're teaching them some techniques right now of self-rescue. We're also showing them that if they have a victim in the water, how to use their gear that they have, their rescue equipment, to be able to help get that victim out of the water and get them to safety to shore so they can get to EMS.
As folks may know or not know, that the fire department also responds to other calls besides fires, medical emergencies, and in occasionally rescues, and that could be a rescue from ice. In the case of sledding or ice fishermen or snowmobiles, any cold weather sport is subject to going through the ice.
So when you first fall into the ice water, it's going to be a complete shock to your body. You're going to take a quick gasp of air, which is the most dangerous point. We follow what we call a 1-10-1 rule. So it's 1 minute of getting your breath under control, getting your breathing under control. As soon as you fall in, you're going to take that quick gasp. You want to try and make sure that you get that breathing under control and be able to figure out what's going on, because you're about to do a lot of exertion to get yourself out of that ice. Then you have 10 minutes of meaningful movement, which you see in the video of how they're getting themselves out, using their elbows to try to pull themselves up, using their feet to help propel them, and then getting that knee up onto that ice shelf and rolling towards good ice. You have about 10 minutes to do that, and then you have about an hour until you lose consciousness. So this is really important because most times the fire department's going to be the first ones on scene. So it's good for them to know what's going to be going on. They don't have the same gear that we have. They have a little bit of different gear that they're wearing. So a lot of times when we get on scene, if we're not assisting the victims, we're going to be on shore and ready to assist the firefighters if they need help. So with this, they get to see the gear and techniques that we use, being that we are fully trained in this to the national level. We get to see the gear that they use and the techniques they use, so that this way we know what they're doing out there. Plus even the gear ourselves, if either one of us get in trouble, we know what the gear is and how to get the gear on and off of each other. This way we can assist with that too.
Fortunately, in the township, we don't have a lot of occasion to run to these calls, but that makes them all the more important to be prepared for, because they're a high-risk evolution that we do at a low frequency. In today's times, very few fire departments have the staffing or the equipment or the sheer numbers of staff to handle all these rescues single-handedly. So the more cooperation, collaboration that we have together, that makes us more efficient and more effective to make our community safe. Certainly folks like to ice skate, they like to ice fish, but always have in the back of your mind that safety has to be something you're thinking about in the clothes you wear, the plans you make, and obviously the time of year.
These suits, they might keep us warmer than the average person. We still get cold, we still lose the dexterity. So it's even unsafe for us to be out there through this. If you can stay off the ice, please stay off the ice.
While both of these groups are working hard on their rescue methods, it's important to remember that the rescue is dangerous for them as well. So the best bet is to not need a rescue at all and avoid the ice, because as they say, no ice is safe ice. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.
My name's Paul Arnott. I've been here for the last 3 years, formerly number 69, but I'm 77 this year. We got the best fans in the league. They're rowdy, they're crazy. It's an intense atmosphere every time you walk into McMorran. Come check out a game.
In the VG's parking lot in Marine City, a building has stood vacant for 10 years. However, a gym has decided to give it a new life.
We took over the movie gallery here. We're a standalone building in the Kmart Plaza. We actually had a prior location down the street. things came up that we found that we had to move locations, and so my number one priority was to take care of our members, and we found this location, had a great conversation with the First Commercial Realty. They own the property here, and they acknowledged that the building's been empty for over 10 years and that they were excited that an existing business was going to come down and fill it. So they worked us a deal that we couldn't refuse, and we jumped on it. We were changing the culture. Like, I wanted to find a way that we could appeal to every style of worker outer. You know, whether you do a bunch of cardio or you do CrossFitting or powerlifting, I wanted to get, you know, in a small market like this, everybody counts. And so I wanted to get every culture under one roof. And it's, how do you do that? And I've been saying it religiously, but you give them a clean place and you give them some nice stuff to be proud of. Everybody's in here with different goals, but the one thing in common is they're all here to be a better them.
Basically, when you join, you get a free eval with me. With the eval, what I do, I put them through a workout, find out what their goals are, and go from there. Usually when I first get my client, I have them warm up on the treadmill, bike, whatever is best suited for them. And then from there, we focus on their goals and put them through their routine. Usually I specialize in free weights, so most of my clients deal with free weights.
You know, when people come in, like, absolutely, I'd love to have you, of course. You know, what can we do to make this happen? And that's just being human with people, you know. So when people come in, we hope that they see some value in what I'm showing them. And, you know, we'd love to have them. And even if you come down just to walk around, if you want to get on the hydro massage bed or if you want to do the tanner, free just to try it out. We're all learning this stuff together. So, you know, you don't have to come down and enjoy it by only being a member. You can stop in, say hi, and we can go from there. We have a Facebook page, Marine City Health and Fitness. We also have a website. You can call us on our phone at 810-765-4900. The building's been sitting for over 10 years, and for somebody to come in and do something positive with it and give it back to the community, I think, you know, in a small town like this, it's a big deal. And I didn't even really realize how big of a deal it was, you know, until people started coming in and just saying, hey, like, thank you, and I'm just trying to, you know, just give us all something to enjoy.
Our local towns are definitely seeing a revitalization in recent years, and now Marine City is no different, and owners hope this gym will continue to help the area flourish. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.
Welcome back here in the second intermission. Well, Corey Simons had so much fun the first time. He's back, and we're going to get to know him a little better. I'm just going to throw a bunch of random rapid-fire questions at you, and you just got to answer right away.
All right, sounds good.
All right, we'll start. Best wing sauce?
Just classic Buffalo Hot.
Buffalo Hot, okay. Favorite band?
Slipknot currently.
Slipknot currently, all right. Favorite day of the week?
Friday night.
Friday. What U.S. city would you live in if you could pick any of them?
Miami.
Miami? Okay, let's see what else is here. Who's your first celebrity crush?
Who was the Heather Graham?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your favorite Halloween costume you ever wore?
I was a mummy once.
Mummy?
That was
How old were you when you were a mummy?
I don't know, like 10.
Okay. Okay, if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
I'd go back to beginning of high school.
Beginning of high school?
Yeah.
You could have dinner with one historical person. Who are you having dinner with?
I want to say some historical goalie, but I can't. Like,
you can't think of someone?
Terry Sawchuk.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow, these are getting some of these are getting like deep.
Bring it on.
Like sourdough or wheat? There's one.
Sourdough.
Sourdough. Okay. Most annoying celebrity.
A lot of them.
Really? Is there one you just can't stand?
All the mumble rappers.
Mumble rap. Okay. Favorite childhood TV show?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Let's see what else we have. Big or small dogs?
Big dogs, of course.
Big dogs. What's your favorite breed?
Golden Retriever.
Okay. If you could know one stat about your life, what would you want to know?
How many times I say
How many times you
Yep.
said Let's see what else. What's your favorite type of car?
I don't know. I like a boxy SUV.
Okay. If you have a kid, would you want it to be a boy or a girl?
A dog.
That's a good answer. Okay, here's one. Do you like the smell of gasoline?
You know, weirdly enough, yes.
It's not bad. I understand what you say with
I'm
that.
not huffing it, but yeah, it's
If you were given an all-expenses-paid trip to Cleveland, would you take it?
To where?
Cleveland.
Am I playing for the Monsters?
No, you're just going there to
No,
hang out.
I'm not.
Climb a mountain or skydive from a plane.
Skydive.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo in person?
Maybe at the zoo?
You don't.
Yeah, I don't
Did
know.
you know kangaroos can't jump backwards?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Fun fact. So, let's get one more before this.
Good
let's
one.
find it. Yeah, let's find a good one. All right. Would you eat a day-old taquito from 7-Eleven?
Warmed up?
You can do what you need to it, but it was made a day ago.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, well, thanks, Corey. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Got
thanks
to
for
know
having
you a little better. We'll get Jeremy back on here. Third period coming right up. Getting ready for this draw. It's fun to have Corey Simons on here. Fun fact about Corey Simons, he's actually partially colorblind. Did you know that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I lived with Corey for about 2 weeks before the season started. Great roommate. A lot of fun stories.
Prowlers on the power play right now as the clock's running, but the penalty time is not. Okay, Prowlers might have just gotten 10 extra seconds of penalty time. Into the zone it goes. Sokol racing after it. Contrado at the blue line throws it in deep to Federley. Federley behind the net. He gets cut off. That was a dasher. That was Palmerville. Neutral ice it is, and Contrado will horseshoe it around. Federley chasing after it. Keeps it in. Palmerville holding it against the boards. Sokol in there to help him out. As he goes over to Vartiainen, he fakes a slap shot down to the hash mark. Sokol has it. 19:15 here to go in the third period. I believe 30 seconds is supposed to be left on the penalty. Pass over to Sokol. Slap shot from Vartiainen. It goes into the glove of Harley White. So a whistle with 19:04 to go in the third. We'll see if they adjust the penalty time. I believe it had a minute 20 when the period started, Jeremy.
Yeah, it did.
And there should be 23 seconds left. They're trying to adjust it right now. Slight delay here, waiting for the penalty clock to be adjusted. Shots 33-22 in favor of Port Huron. Trying to finally get this changed. They added it to 24. You know what? Close enough. We'll take it. Can they get rid of the 33? It's not a 5-on-3. There we go. Had to take the long way home, but we got there. Graham in the center dot for the Prowlers. Gullo going to take it for the Dashers. In the center dot. Graham wins it, goes over to Jay. Shot there from Joe. Pace gets swallowed up, and we'll do another draw. Right wing draw, win from Graham. Time and space is Eastbrook. Eastbrook slap shot goes wide of the net. 15 seconds left to go in the power play. Jay keeps it in the zone. It'll eventually get shot all the way down there. That was Armstrong. No, that was not. That was Palmerville, actually. Armstrong still in the box for his fight with Young, and now the Dashers are at full strength. Zokanich leaving it for Jay, but he has to go back and retrieve it. Easterbrook in his own end. Over to Pace. Pace up to Easterbrook. Easterbrook going around, and he spins off a hit. Jeremy, I don't see Brian Parsons on the bench right now. He might be done for the evening.
Yeah, well, Prowlers will be down for 4 defensemen for the next.
Austin Federley now in the zone. Left wing circle, and he shoots it high and over, trying to go top shelf for the third time tonight. Federley behind the net now. As now we have a dasher down. Justin Portillo not buying it. Portillo getting into it. He drops a glove. He wants to go. He's throwing punches. Now we have all fours a dog pile over there on the far boards. Some skates are in the air. Someone's upside down. Atkins squirms out of the bottom of it. I think Portillo and Pace are in there. Pace is on the outside. Portillo not happy at all. And now finally they get them separated. Joe Pace going to the box. Justin Portillo going to the box. Nair on one knee. So from what I gathered, Jeremy, Portillo threw a big hit. Nair was slow getting up, which drew a whistle. And I think that drew the ire of Portillo, thinking that whether he didn't buy it or whatever. Oh, excuse me, that's number 9. That's Brett Menton. And he's going to go off.
He's gone.
So Menton's going, and now we got to sort out all this damage. There was a party in the Prowlers box. You have Dalton Young, you have Joe Pace, and you have Justin Portillo all in the box for the Prowlers. Brett Menton just went off for the Dashers, and Levi Armstrong, the residual carryover from the second period, is in the box for the Dashers. Brawson and Graham are figuring out what the damage is. That Prowlers box is getting a little cozy there with all 3 guys in there. See what we'll figure out here. It's going to be quite the laundry list of penalties. If I had to guess, I would imagine that the Prowlers are going to be shorthanded for a time. It's just a matter of how long it's going to be. They can give Portillo an instigator. He did drop the gloves first. Joe Pace joined in, but I don't know if he did so after the fact that it was Portillo. I couldn't see. I just saw a huge dog pile erupt in the far corner. And now we have a whole lot of mess to figure out. Meanwhile, in the only other Fed game going on, Elmira's up 1-0 on Watertown. That game started at 4 o'clock. I imagine they're in the first intermission as 2 minutes is now on the board for the Prowlers. You have the off-ice officials trying to figure it out right now. All right, I think the referee is finally ready to give his decree as Graham and Brawson skate back to their benches. Still only 2 minutes on the scoreboard in penalties for the Prowlers. But this definitely has a playoff-like atmosphere, doesn't it, Jeremy?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned before, pace in the penalty box. I didn't even see him join the dog pile. I think he might have been swallowed up, at least from my angle. But yeah, these two teams, I mean, every game so far has been close between them. It's a 2-1 contest, 18 minutes remaining, and yeah, it looks like Dan was about to head to the power play and try and tie this one up.
I think that, do the Prowlers have to send a fourth person in to serve the 2 minutes? Portillo signaling to the bench. Prowlers right now have 5 guys now. Oh no, there's one sitting down. So we'll see. They're going to send Weber to the box. So now there's 4 people in the Prowlers box, including Chris Paulin, who is currently the backup today. You have 5 guys on the Prowlers bench and 4 on the ice. All right. After all that, Prowlers will be shorthanded for 2 minutes as they get a quick clear off the faceoff. Off ice, ahead of the off-ice officials, John Bonnet calling up to our PA announcer to figure out all the damage. I imagine it's just going to be a lot of fighting and then an instigator or a roughie. As Jay picks it off, and he'll backhand it all the way down. 1:33 left to go in someone's penalty. Maybe Portillo's, maybe Pace. I don't know. Weber's serving it. That's all I really have been able to get out of this. Atkins over the blue line, along the boards. Horseshoes it around. To the top there. That's Turner. Turner gets across. What a save there by Blake Scott. Turner. Atkins has it behind the... They gave Menton 2 minutes for roughing. I'm assuming he went off for an injury then. And now behind the net, the Dashers have it. Portillo got 2 and a 10. As the shot there from the left wing circle is deflected out in front. Scott has it. Vartiainen gets shoved by Hine. Hine has been pretty chirpy today, Jeremy. And he's, it's a lot easier to be chirpy when you have Portillo, Pace, and Young all in the box.
I was just about to say, yeah, his good friend Dalton Young's not out there right now. You know, on the penalty kill, Dalton Young, there's always a starter there.
And they've got to be close to releasing Young, and Armstrong is now, I think Armstrong's talking down or maybe just to the off-ice officials. Thought maybe we were getting a little bit of chirp between the penalty boxes. The Prowlers win the draw. That was Easterbrook trying to send it down. Graham poking at it. It's Graham trying to get it up and out. No. Easterbrook throws a hit. Turner leaves it for Quintos. Graham banks it off the boards, but it's stopped by Turner. Turner over to Quintos. Back to Turner. At the blue line, back to Quintos. A fake shot past there, shot from point blank, and it goes in the back of the net. Dashers tie it up at 2 aside. That was Mitch Atkins on the power play with 8 seconds to go. We have a 2-2 hockey game.
Just a little give and go passing there by the Dashers. Drive to the net. Rebound pops up on Blake Scott, and I believe it was Atkins. They will just finish it home.
So Weber will come free. Gullo serving the penalty should have to wait another 8 seconds. I believe him and Pace will come out at the next whistle, and maybe Young. So 2-2 here in the third period. As Vartiainen gets it off the draw, Dalton Jay takes it. He'll horseshoe it around. Citrone will try to get there first. 16:02 here to go in the third period. Dasher just tied it up. It's 2 apiece. Nair in the corner. Vartiainen will chase after it. Nair has it. Murray will lose track of it and he'll get over to Enser. Prowlers would probably be wise here to take a whistle any way they can find it to get 2 guys out of the box here, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that includes 2 defensemen at least, or no. I'm sorry, it includes, one of their best defensemen, Dalton Young.
Yeah, now they will get a whistle as Harley White covers it up.
Oh, here comes Young out of the box, waiting. So he might have,
They're talking with Armstrong.
Yeah.
Wait, they're going to.
Young is out. Pace and Portillo looks like the only 2 members in the penalty box from either team.
All right, 15:34 to go in the third period. Right wing draw. Penalty boxes are a little less empty. Because now it's just Pace and Portillo in there. Remember, Brian Parsons looks like he had a shoulder injury, it seemed, or at least an upper body in the second period. He has not returned to the ice. Easterbrook passes up to Graham. Graham, he had Sokol going down the middle of the ice. He didn't see him. Harley White turns it over. Sokol has it. Contrado keeps it in. A slap shot there will be stopped by White. Graham over to Easterbrook. Easterbrook out in front. It's tipped just wide by Bobby Sokol. 15:07 here to go in the third period. We have a tie hockey game. Contrado with another shot. Matt Graham, left wing circle. Throw it way wide of the net. Easterbrook gets it along the boards. Matt Graham. Now it's Sokol. Fighting for it along the boards. Dasher's going the other way. Gets across there to Zylak. Zylak throws it off of Contrado. He tries to turn and pass, but Bobby Sokol will be there to pick it up. He's been out there for a while. You get some fresh legs out there. Dalton Jay comes onto the ice. So does Dalton Young, Zach Zolkanich, Larry Vartiainen, all out there in the red of the Prowlers. Zolkanich using his body to box out. That was Quintos there. Fred Hine. He had an opportunity for another breakaway. He was standing right on that blue line, Jeremy.
Yeah, and Scott lost that puck there. He tried to clear it away, and he got away from him.
Weird bounce off the Zamboni doors, but Dalton Young's there to corral it. Young taking his time over to Vartiainen. The Finland native takes it over the blue line, takes a slap shot. Low circle there and shoots it and hits the outside of the net. Vartiainen, he's holding his mouth. He might have taken a high stick there. Fred Hines coming in the zone. Fred Hine passes over to Nair. Nair misses on a pass.
Nair was just trying to pass that one back somewhere, not even trying to shoot.
In deep to the Prowler zone it goes. Nair has it, passes over there to Hine. Hine shoots it in front of the net. Contrado fighting for it. Shoots out in front, and it stays in the zone. Ensor has it now. Shot there, corralled by Scott. Okay, Joe Pace did get, see, they have it listed on the website as a game misconduct, but I thought it was announced as a 10-minute. I'm going to have to get some clarification here. Because on the website they have a game misconduct, but they're both in the box, and if it's a game misconduct, they would be gone.
Ooh, block shot.
Yeah, by Austin Federley. That's got to hurt.
He's hurting. Yep.
Federley comes to the, maybe it's hit him in the gut. But now Matt Graham and Dalton Jay are on the rush. Matt Graham passes back to Bobby Sokol. Bobby Sokol shoots and he scores! Bobby Sokol gives the Prowlers a 3-2 lead. Seth Ensor wasn't happy about it. Gives a cheap shot there. Bobby Sokol finishes for the and one. Prowlers right back on top.
That play all starts with the Federley block, and looking at him on the bench, he's smiling right now. Yeah, now he's being a trainer's looking at him now as he sits down. Makes the block shot. Puck goes out of the zone, and it's picked up by Matt Graham. It's a 3-on-2 as Jay comes off the bench. Draws the Danville Dasher defenseman back a little bit, and Graham finds Sokol. A little bit of a, not a drop pass, but he passes it back, and Sokol beats the glove side of White. White's made some pretty nice glove saves today, but that one gets right under him as Sokol puts the Prowlers on top.
No, I'm surprised that they didn't get the Dashers didn't get a penalty. Patrick Zylak Seth Ensor, rather, number 71, gave a shove to Bobby Sokol well after into the boards. I'm very surprised that they didn't give him anything.
Sokol took a tumble there. I didn't see clearly the push, but I'll take your word for it.
It was there, Jeremy, and you saw that's why Bobby Sokol was letting the Dasher bench know about it.
I was looking at the net. I didn't know if he scored. I couldn't tell.
He did, and now in the zone is Murray. It's getting physical now. Here's Bobby Sokol takes it. He'll take it over the red line, now the blue. Trying to get it around. A nice pass out in front of Joe. Jay is still loose. Oh, they couldn't quite get there.
Ooh, White giving Jay a shove back into the net. Jay looks back at him.
It's a playoff-like atmosphere here on a Sunday in McMorran.
Easterbrook misses a hit there. Danville,
Yeah,
keep in
Hine.
the zone.
Hine turning and firing it deep in the zone. 12-18 here to go in the game. Prowlers just regained the lead. It's 3-2.
Looks like they have Contrado playing back on defense as well. He'll pinch up and take it in.
Yeah, and Contrado shoots it, and it's saved by White.
Gets it stick side on White there. He's able to pin it to his hip. Looked like it could have squeaked through.
So here's what we got in terms of penalties. So the official rulings as well, they gave Portillo and Pace misconducts for continuing a fight. Whether they're game or 10 minutes, I would assume they're 10 because that's why they're in the box. If it's a game misconduct or a match penalty, they're gone. Ooh. A weird fall into the boards is Citrone. Sage Citrone falls there, recently acquired from Elmira. Fred Hine along the boards, passes to Enser. Enser around. Quintos tries to pass it in front, but no one's home. Enser, slap shot there, but his twig breaks. Up to Federley. Oh, the pass just a little too much on it. Deep into the Prowler zone it goes. There's 11:30 left, but it feels like every second counts right now. Dalton Young takes it, gets it up to Citrone. He gets it right back to Young. Young over the blue line, fakes a slap shot. Left wing circle, Dalton Young. Opportunity, shoots. He picks up his own rebound. Now right wing circle. Young shoots and it's blocked. Citrone does a good job picking it up. Back to Young. Young gets it back on his stick and he goes around Quintos. He's showing some smooth hands right now. Vartiani tries to pick it up. He throws it wide of the net. Federley's going to be able to pick it up. He's got no one around him.
All that space.
Federley, shot gets, I think it hit Young there.
Yep.
Might have hit him around the knee area. His leg buckled for a moment.
Yeah, probably need a line change here. They get it, too.
In their own zone are the Dashers. It's Murray who has it. Over to Armstrong. Jay backhands it. Armstrong takes it over the blue line. Contrado playing back. Graham into the boards.
Yeah, you don't see a big hit from Matt Graham a lot.
No, Palmerville passes it across, but it's going to be a penalty on Matt Graham as White is now at the bench. Delayed penalty,
one.
Matt
That's
Graham.
One. Oh.
And now he gets a shove from Armstrong.
Yeah, Graham doesn't like it. I don't blame him. He's been vocal with the refs. You hear it when you're down there, but
you hear it just about anywhere with some of these guys. But no, Matt Graham, he's been, he's played with a little more fire this year. Not that he didn't play hard before, but he's kind of not afraid to share his feelings as much.
No, not at all.
And that is kind of the mentality of this team. It is a blue-collar, get your lunch, pal, go to work type team. And it reflects Joe Pace and Matt Graham. And that's where it comes down to. And it goes from the first guy on the bench all the way to the end. Matt will get a 2-minute boarding penalty. Scott with a nice save. There was a fast wrist shot from Palmerville.
Yeah, not sure if Scott even saw it. Great reaction, though.
Yeah, he put himself in a position to make the stop as Jay clears at 10:14 left to go. So, you have both coaches in the box and Justin Portillo. Don't know who's third in charge when the president and the VP are both locked away.
Well, actually, fun fact, it used to be Matt Robertson, actually.
Yeah, but he's currently in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
So he was the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, right.
So now who's next in line? Maybe Zolkanich? He's always vocal.
Dalton Shea, he's got an A, maybe.
Both veterans.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Dashers are in the zone as Easterbrook pins him to the boards. Goes back there. That's Turner. Taking in close shot there off the shoulder of Scott.
Another great save.
Yeah, he's been doing well. He's been cutting out angles. Atkins, the puck just floats there. An outstretched stick of Dalton Young. Great effort there to try to get it out of the zone. He will not. 50 seconds left to go on the Matt Graham penalty.
Ooh, a near-in pass there. Comes out of the zone from Palmerville. You don't see that a lot from that defenseman.
Trying to get it out of the zone and dump it in deep as Easterbrook gets cut off in the neutral zone.
Easterbrook about to play up.
Yeah, Nair has it, gets it in deep. Trying to get it out close, but a pass goes wide. Now it'll trickle out. They keep it on the blue line. 22 seconds left to go in the Graham penalty.
Easterbrook.
Easterbrook trying to get it out there. Prowlers just need to survive another 14 seconds. Easterbrook trying to pin it against the boards. Gets to Federley. Zolkanich was trying to leak out, but Federley made the smart, safe move and dumped it in deep. But if he gets it to Zach Zolkanich, he might have been off and running. Into the zone it goes. Ensor has it. He shoots it, saved by Scott. He has 29 saves on the night now. Prowlers have 40 shots and scored 3 times, and they lead 3-2. Oh, Dalton Jay couldn't quite pick that pass off. Graham has it, chips it up to Jay. Jay gets it over to Contrado. Contrado backhands it from the blue line. White trying to play it. He will. Going it up now with Zylak. Zylak around. Oh, excuse me, that was not a wraparound goal. What a save by Blake Scott! Blake Scott's outstretched pad just saved the goal right there, and it's still 3-2 Prowlers lead. Blake Scott does not have his stick right now.
Yeah, Vartiano. Oh, he's got.
Yep, Contrado did a good job.
Yeah, we'll reset behind the net to buy Scott some time.
Blake Scott keeping this a 1-goal game.
Scott looks like he's trying to pick a screen there.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
For Contrado.
Federally will ring it around the boards, and it'll make a weird hop. It'll be covered up by White. And they are 10-minute penalties, misconduct to both Portillo and Pace. They should be out around they got it at the 156 mark of the third period. So that's coming up pretty soon for the 10-minute. As we have our media timeout, could not come at a better time for the Prowlers. They are running on fumes. You lose Brian Parsons. He has not returned to the ice. And you've had Joe Pace and Justin Portillo in the box for the last 10 minutes. They needed this breather.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking before the whistle, before I knew it was a media timeout, they needed a line change big, especially with the offensive zone draw coming up.
And in Watertown, Elmira flexing their muscles, up 3-0 in that game. Let's see who scored for the Enforcers. They lost the first game of the series. You have Hudson Michaelis, Andrew Harrison, and Glenn Patterson. None of the usual suspects for the Enforcers. No, Urich has 1 assist. Ahmed Mafu's not showing up here on the score sheet. So, and they're being outshot 32-22. Now, but this says 3-2. Okay, no, this website is screwed up. I'm just going. I don't know.
That's the Prowlers Dashers score, so I don't know why that was.
I don't know, Jeremy. I just want a website that works. Yeah. Austin Federley has it, takes it in. Backhanded attempt is blocked. 7:15 here to go. Zolkanich in the corner. Federley tries to chip it out. Federley has it, tries to get it back to Zolkanich. Won't happen. Zolkanich now along the boards. He gets knocked to the ice. Federley wanted a penalty. Zolkanich letting his displeasure be known. Gullo getting pressured by Easterbrook there in the corner.
Nice hit there from Easterbrook.
Young taking it, a rink-wide pass. It's cut off by Zylak. Zylak runs into Federley.
That's an elbow. It looked like at least from here. Not sure if we're getting an offside. Yeah. Coming up.
Officials have let a lot of things go this game. I will say they have been very consistent. They have let both teams play.
No, Zylak's coming back to the bench.
Out for the Prowlers is Jay, Sokol, Graham, Contrado, and Vartiainen. Graham takes the draw here. He wins it. It goes back to Contrado. Contrado passes it to his line mate. Vartiainen gets it up to Sokol. Sokol over the blue line. Out in front of the net. He shoots there. Oh, it bounces just wide. Sokol looking for his second of the evening. Pass back to Vartiainen. Vartiainen has some space. Throws a wrist shot on net. And he scores! Larry Vartiainen with a little wrist shot puts the Prowlers up 4-2 with just over 6 minutes to play.
A little wrist shot is right, Brady. Vartiainen using, number one, Justin Brosson as a screen there. Brosson has a lot of size.
Vartiainen looks like he's in some pain. Now the only question is, was it tipped? Dalton Jay did lead the handshake line. I don't know if Jay maybe tipped it. We'll have to wait for the official announcement. But it's any case, it's still another goal. It's 4-2 Port Huron lead. That's a big one. Sokol over to Jay. Gets up to Graham. Graham makes a move. He wraps around, trying to pass it back out in front. Puck still loose. It's in the blue of the crease. White can't get on top of it.
That's way
Yeah,
off.
and the net and
so.
the official will finally call it. Palmerville not happy. And returning to the bench is Joe Pace and Justin Portillo. They'll have some fresh legs for the rest of this game.
And Portillo comes right straight onto the ice afterwards.
So Portillo will immediately go to the right wing. Zach Zolkanich will take the draw. Linesman ready to drop the puck. He's still waiting to drop the puck. Oh, Portillo not happy there with Palmerville.
Oh, he's looking right at Palmerville. You know he's saying something.
Palmerville didn't seem to want any part of that. Portillo's been feisty this week as a shot there saved by Scott. Young tried to turn and just fire it down the ice. You're going to say Dalton J got a tip on that. Bartiainen's shot was tipped by Dalton J. As Turner dumps it in deep. 5:32 here to go in the game. Shots 44-33 in favor of the Prowlers. Scoreboard 4-2 in favor of the Prowlers. Easterbrook tried to leave it for Zolkanich. A miscommunication there. And Brandon Contrato will come up and take it. Shot there from the left wing circle by Murray is blocked. Going the other way now is Contrato. Contrato taking his time. A slap shot from way beyond the blue line goes wide of the net.
Might have clipped the glove of White as well.
5:05 here to go. Prowlers up a pair of goals. Contrato has it. Tries to get it up to Portillo. Oh, Portillo had an opportunity. Contrato down, and now there will be a penalty. Seth Ensor.
Oh,
now Graham getting into it.
Yeah.
Well, Seth Ensor is, he likes to loom large when he's hitting the smaller guys like Contrato and Federley. But the second Justin Portillo walks up to him, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, look how far away he is still.
Yeah, look. Yeah. Everyone's in the middle, and Ensor squirms away in front of the box. And that was a very selfish hit for him. He's going to the box. Interference. Just cost his team 2 minutes, down a man, while they're down 2 goals. That's a dumb penalty to take.
And the most important thing for the Prowlers, even if you don't score, just kill off those 2 minutes perfectly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Wear down the dashers. I mean, hey, score. Put a dagger in.
Yeah, of course. Just don't give one up at all. And, it's the Federal Hockey League. The goals happen all the time.
You know Fred Hines going to try to sneak out to the blue line. Going to try to get it off a rebound and get it up to Hines. Prowlers do it too. Dalton J scored a couple of those goals. Matt Graham, I think, has a shorthanded goal or two. Graham. Jay rings it around the boards. Graham surveys the scene. He picks up the puck. Dalton J. Wrap around. Pass up to Contrato. Contrato controls it. Over to Young. Pass there to Jay. He just wasn't quite there. Graham up to Contrato. Contrato over to Dalton Young. Dalton Young, right wing circle. He shoots, he scores! Dalton Young made it look easy. A flick of the wrist gives the Prowlers a 5-2 lead.
All I'm going to say about Dalton Young, you give him that much space.
He's going to finish that every time.
That shot, it's accurate, and it's dangerous, and it's fast. I don't even think White could have even seen it. I mean, that's the one guy you want to drive in like that.
Yeah, he just took his time, set it up. It looked like almost like at the end of practice when you see him just take the bucket of pucks, sit there. He practices that shot all the time. Dalton Young makes it 5-2, and that should be the final nail in the coffin. Prowlers up 3 with 4:35 to go. Hine will now take it. He's going to take a slap shot there, but it's blocked immediately. Gets it up to Portillo. Portillo's racing now. Portillo leaves it for Jay. Jay has time and space. He shoots off the shoulder of White. Prowlers with an onslaught of pressure the last couple minutes. Atkins takes it, right wing circle, shoots, gets blocked by Joe Pace. 4:09 here to go. Prowlers up by 3 goals. Murray along the half wall. Jay's trying to pick his pocket. An errant pass there. Easterbrook's trying to get there first, but he'll get boxed out before he can get there by Hine. Pace blocks a shot. I think Dalton Young, Jeremy, as you hear our PA announcer, Austin Dunn has a turn and shot there by Atkins. What a save by Blake Scott! On his side, snags the puck out of midair, keeps it 5-2. Portillo has more words down there. Who's he talking to? That's Hine. No, what I was going to say before that highlight reel save from Scott is, you know, this might be one of Dalton Young's best games of the season.
Yeah,
he's been playing physical. He's been flying around. And then to cap it off with just, I mean, he made that look easy, Jeremy.
Yeah.
He looked like it was like the skills competition. He's trying to pick the right corner. As Turner shoots, it gets deflected up into the netting. 3:39 here to go. Shots 46-35 in favor of Port Huron. Prowlers up 5-2. Feels like the opposite of last Sunday's game as Turner shoots it and it'll go right back into the netting and we'll do it all over again. No, like last Sunday, it felt like the Prowlers would climb back and then get stomped out. They stopped. The Dashers did tie it as a shot there from point blank goes wide of the net. Scott trying to recover, and the Prowlers are deflating the Dashers. They did this last night too with the Icebreakers. Shot there, saved by Scott.
Great save.
Puck will go all the way down and saying it's tipped, no icing. Big hit there from Soko, putting Turner on the boards. Easterbrook will take it at center ice. He'll throw it on net from the center ice dot. 3 minutes left to go. Over the line, the Dashers take it. It's picked off by Easterbrook. You have Nair down there. Shot there from Quintos. Backhanded attempt. Easterbrook not happy with. He's not happy with Zylak. Portillo getting back in it. Federally talking with the Dasher, but he's talking to Fred Hine. This third period has not been very diplomatic between these two teams. Never really has been. But it's been a fun game nonetheless. Prowlers up 5-2, and a shot there gets saved by Scott. Another shot there goes wide of the net. Ensor throws it on net, throws it way wide of the net. As Joe Pace tries to chip it up to Portillo. Quintos has it. Throws it across, can't stay the stick of Palmerville.
It gets right on the back of the blade.
Joe Pace is just holding on to it in his own zone. 2:20 here to go in the third period. So Kanich tips it, but it goes right back to him. All the way back to Ensor. Ensor with 2:12 here to go in the game. Zolkanich back to Easterbrook. Easterbrook over to Pace. Pace, long pass up to Jay. Did it hit anyone? No, it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't
2 minutes even, and we'll get a whistle, or the clock's just going to keep running. All right, extra 4 seconds came off the clock there. 1:56 now as we have the icing call.
Justin Portillo been out there for a while. Hasn't gotten off the ice. Something I noticed, different lines have been on. Portillo.
Yep. I mean, they did get that about 12-minute
Yeah.
rest. So Kanich will take the draw now against Hine. 1:56 here to go in the Prowlers' end. Shot there from the top of the circle will get patted away. Wonder if they think about pulling White here. As soon as a shot gets blocked right now, and Jay chips it over to Portillo. Portillo trying to get around Hogan. Portillo has a breakaway. He should have a penalty shot opportunity.
Yeah. Play still continuing.
It's still going. All right, it's not going to be a penalty shot.
Oh.
As Atkins has it. Penalty shot to Justin Portillo with 90 seconds left to go.
Oh.
Justin Portillo with a back full of snow has a penalty shot opportunity here. The players clear the ice. Portillo getting ready. $90 left in the game, and Justin Portillo has a penalty shot. Here he comes. Picks up the puck. Takes it over the blue line. Has it on his forehand. Another backhand. Fakes the shot. Shoots, and it's saved by White. $90 left to go in this game. Justin Portillo gets denied on the penalty shot. And Jeremy, do you think the Dashers think pulling White is an option here soon?
Well, the second that puck gets to the other side of the ice, yes.
They have to.
Why not? Just why not?
They have
No.
to.
I mean, you're down by 3 goals.
Yeah.
Might as well. Might as well. That's simple.
Murray now has it. White doesn't look like
Yeah.
he's getting ready to go anywhere.
No, not at all.
Dashers seemed, and a weird bounce off those Zamboni doors.
Yeah, White's still in net.
Yeah,
they
didn't
come.
even
Yep.
flinch, didn't leave the crease. As Young just tries to turn and fire it. 1:10 here to go in the game. Dashers seemingly putting up the white flag by not pulling White. Graham has it. Back to Contrado. Contrado over to Young. 55 seconds here to go. Young, backhanded spinning pass over to Sage Citrone. Contrado backhands it diagonally deep into the zone. Young pokes it away. Now a chance for Matt Graham. Goes back. Graham, bar down, and it goes out. The goal light went on, but they're going to say no goal. Would have been a beauty for Matt Graham. Puck at center ice. Backhand from Zylak gets cut off by Scott. 20 seconds here to go. Prowlers just killing out the clock. 15 seconds as this puck rolls into the Dasher end. And Jeremy, we are 10 seconds away from the Prowlers getting a 3-point weekend to Zolkanich. Over to Sokol. Sokol back to Zolkanich. Oh, almost had a buzzer beater there. But the Port Huron Prowlers come into this weekend and get 9 huge points and set up a very interesting weekend in Carolina next Friday and Saturday. Jeremy, this was a fun one. Prowlers gave up the lead in the third, but then immediately erupted for 3 goals.
Absolutely. It shows so much resiliency with this team, and this is something, they've had leads, blown the leads, and then come back and won games, and hey, they've come back from behind too. I mean, what a resilient team that, this Prowler bunch is.
Scoring for the Prowlers today, a pair of goals from Austin Federley. He's been red hot, has 19 goals in 25 games. While Bobby Sokol added a goal, Dalton Jay and Dalton Young. What a great game for the Prowlers, and what a Sunday game to cap off this weekend. They get 9 points. They are starting to make things interesting out in the West Division. So, all right, so as we finish up here on EBW TV, the Port Huron Prowlers take the 5-2 Sunday game over the Danville Dashers. Blake Scott gets the win in net. He remains undefeated for the Prowlers and overall in the Federal Hockey League. What do the Prowlers have planned here? They have some dominoes. They get a round of applause from the crowd. Joe Pace is excited. And we'll leave you on that note. Port Huron Prowlers win 5-2. Get 9 points this weekend and further the gap between them and the Danville Dashers as Joe Pace spins around Dalton J. I've been Brady Beaton. I've been joined here by Jeremy Skiba, my color commentator, Next weekend, we will be in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for a pair of games against the Carolina Thunderbirds. Thank you for joining us. You can catch all that action next weekend on Mixler.com/PHProwlers. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.